Still shaking.
Oh, okay.
It's a new day, rolling force.
Ha! Oh.
What?
Why you do this to us?
Ha! Okay, well, at least it's still have one life for me.
Because you touch yourself at night. Okay.
Of course.
I call tampering now. I call emotional tampering.
Yep.
This best reaction at the peanut color.
Well, Vesper can't even see, but it's all dark. Is somebody DD 58?
I don't think so.
I think 10, 10, 5, 5. No.
Or 30.
Okay. Well, that's a no. Roll the 58. It's not a super high number.
Hey, so it's 506, 1,000.
I guess the Arcanite's banner is up.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
I might go make some pulls at that. Let's see if I can go get me another Hoshiguma. I pulled I pulled one randomly yesterday, so I was like, huh.
I'm not sure. I've got what's the? It's funny. We're rolling audio. Who's the? Fuck. I'm too sleepy to know who the fuck anybody is in Arcanites. Not Helliger. I think she's the 5-star. Starts with an A. Everybody's yelling about other shit.
It's the word.
Oh, it's only the Helliger banner.
Just saying murmur doesn't give me any clues whatsoever, man.
Whatever.
Well, I don't know which one it is.
Just describe.
Make it literally started with he doesn't really know who it is. He just knows his name.
It's. There's only 3 people. Well, actually, there's probably 50 million people on this banner. Which one's one of the new ones? It's not the tiny one, and it's not the dude. Who is that?
You mean the swan one, Babik?
It's not by
I just got Myrtle, so
it's on this current banner, Axe.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me see here. Details. We got Croissant Asteria.
Yeah, that one. I can't remember that now. I suppose I should add Vesper to the secret cabal because they want to play games.
Yeah, Astea, which is it's like I think Babik was.
They're oddly similar because they have the stabs and also they have the
stabs.
They're just both a guard of the same kind of.
They're like blue and they stab things.
And they're wearing like very embroidered clothing.
Very similar to me.
I'm gonna try my one time away.
Alright, I did add Vesper to the channel. I think that means should be careful. You should be careful of Vesper. I believe that means you can unmute in gaming. So careful.
Oh, hey, that means I got a croissant.
I think I got a minimal roll.
Oh, wait till the emo mancer's using emotes.
Oh god.
Oh no, she has a super sudden.
All right.
Whoop! I already got my fucking 5-star out of this banner, so I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I have enough to roll. I just don't know if I am yet. I just gotta wonder what's. It's always the problem with fucking Arknights. What's coming next? Anyway, this is not the Arknights podcast. You guys had to drink a million times. Since we're talking about, I'll go ahead and remind everybody this episode brought to you by our patrons like Aga Comic, Blacklist OG. Oh shit! I just realized I got an 11th person in here. Hold on.
Holy shit! I got beaten.
I have to double check now. I don't remember what letter they start with.
We got a small surge in popularity recently. It's weird.
It's probably the quarantine. People are probably listening to us more. Maybe YouTube's finding them. Hold on, I gotta check the list. I'm sorry, patrons. I know. I want to thank all of you, but I gotta remember my frickin' order. So it's... Hold on. Here's our pledge levels. Okay.
Oh my god, if I could just get 60k, I can fucking...
So it's Ahiga Comics, Blacklist OG, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Nestor Flores, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob, Soda-san 0424, and Video Gamer 75. Thank you so much for your patronage. We appreciate you in these times.
I love that there's someone's name just some guy named Bob.
Yep, just some guy named Bob.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the version of this where Omega does all of that really quickly.
No, I'm not.
Despair, you're in the Secret Tabletop channel. You can probably type in there if you want now.
Yeah, I don't know. Other patrons don't usually listen to us while we game. They have the power, they just don't.
Yeah.
But yes, you can hang out on Cabal now.
Occasionally some people drop in and then just drop out.
Yeah, it's probably because we're in the middle of a session.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck's happening here? Oh god, oh no.
That's why it's secret gaming. But this is important because we've been talking about TTS lately, so we might do some stuff. Just like, shit, I should just do some things. Okay.
Well, I was actually flabbergasted when you mentioned that, because like, oh shit, Omega has a good computer. I have a good computer.
Yeah, we can record TTS without somebody dying.
Yeah.
Woo.
Well, it's really more on us because somebody has to capture it.
Yeah.
Is the real thing. We were very lucky. Wasn't Sushi Go recorded when you were in the Ghost Times?
It went well pretty well, considering.
I think
Yeah,
it
I think
was because I had a redundant recording of that, I believe.
Yeah, because we both made a recording.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here.
The Ghost Times. Yes.
Many-
So we
many
rolled
yellings
Duty,
of axe
nobody
was
procced.
mad.
We rolled Destiny, it was 5 black. Which is hilarious because I think, not that this isn't no challenge, but this is definitely a very low effort. It's just going to be, you guys are going to have no fucking pips until I decide to spend some. I might have to arbitrarily make some checks harder.
Spend a pip so we all fall over. You trip on a branch
Okay,
over.
so first up, what did everybody spend their XP on?
Lucky will
I think
go first.
Axe
I didn't
mentioned
spend
it
on anything.
Recording that he did tactical direction. I think we got that.
I did tactical evasion.
Yeah, tactical evasion. Sorry. And we're having some weird audio stuff.
Okay, in which case, I
This
guess...
is all from, like, connecting the headset that I got just to the headset port.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll speak up.
Continue
You
speaking
wanna
up.
finish, Marth? Okay. So I bought... I finished getting Brawl and Range Light to 2, so now I've got all my class skills to at least 2.
Okay, I got... What did I get? I got Uncanny Vigilance. Second rank of Uncanny Vigilance. And then I got Perception up to 3.
And by the way, if you're wondering why Marth sounds like he's talking to us through a tin can phone, his headset is currently borked and he's working on it, but it was only a couple days ago, so.
Wait, you guys tried to tell me you don't have working tin can phones over there?
Not everyone can live in Australia, Loth.
Damn it.
Excuse
We
me,
don't- we have to
find-
I have a professional grade microphone on an arm. It
Oh,
swings
actually,
and
yeah,
everything.
me too, but sadly, you never know when the emus might strike.
It's
Yeah,
it's
you lose
only
that war
Axe and
again.
Marth who haven't upped their audio game. Axe sounds decent though. I know he complains about his own sound quality sometimes, but he's okay.
Yeah.
It's because it doesn't sound clear, because it sounds like it's coming from, like, a processor.
I generally don't have a... I've been without a job since how long? I had a job that was like per diem, like on like specific days if I did click to substitute for being a substitute paraeducator, but then I quit that job because I didn't want to deal with all those little tyrants.
It also doesn't
oof.
help that, like, the audio jack in my computer is not shielded, so it doesn't work with, like, direct audio. It means if I plug it in, it means when I plug in an audio jack, it hears all those weird buzzing sounds you heard a few months ago.
Classy. Classy audio.
Buzzing sounds and audio things.
Okay.
Like, I have to have a wireless headset.
For anyone wondering, that was not like a sound clip or anything. That was just lucky.
No, I know. They should know that by now. Anybody who's listened to us this dedicated.
Listen, monsters are carbonated as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I hear this, I look over to the bottle of cola I have next to me. He's like, yeah.
Alright, everybody's rolling. I'm gonna mute Gotcha Game for a second.
Okay.
Okay, I think that was everybody, though, who spent XP, because Lucky said he didn't spend XP.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Alright, well, so, first off, let's do the immediate thing, because we wrapped up kind of quick. So, clap on the back, round of applause, everybody, good job. You stopped the attack on Mor Iridu. It's great.
Attack in the first place.
Minimal casualties, everything's great. It's fine. It's great.
We also made sure to reinforce. We also did, like, the reinforcements upon the things where we learned from our failures.
No, not yet. This is literally, we're still in rounds of applause time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's probably some form of after action support or whatever.
Mm.
So I guess the question is, some of you are still a little beat up. So you get to go back to base now. Assuming you actually want to go back to base. Kind of what's your immediate game plan after cessation of hostilities? All right, no more threats. Everything's fine.
Time to dive into the back of tanks.
Yes.
Okay, well, that requires you to go back to base.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're going back to base, but Aramaa is just going to stab herself with stim and call herself good to go.
Okay, did you stim it all yesterday in the past 2 sessions?
No.
You didn't stim it all in the last couple sessions?
No, I did a lot of blocking.
Okay.
I've been.
Alright, so you heal 5.
I've also
it was mostly Marth and I who had to stim pack last session.
Alright.
Yeah, it was thanks to parry and reflect that I was able to keep my wounds down. The strain train was huge, though. I almost went down just for my strain.
Yeah, same thing. I didn't use my lightsaber, so that was a problem. Couldn't recover my strain.
Right, well, so in that case, if somebody wants to get in a back to tank, you have to find an available one.
Alright.
Shit.
Now luckily they're like rarity 1 normally, so somebody just needs to make me an easy negotiation or knowledge warfare check to be like, hey, I deserve a back to tank. Not that guy, me. Give me the back to tank.
Are they all?
Can I roll knowledge warfare to find back to tanks for several of us?
Yeah, you'll want some advantage if you want to do that.
Okay.
Well, if you want to try.
He's trying.
That's what I'm doing.
I have only 3 grain. I don't have knowledge warfare.
Nice. That'll probably be enough. You did succeed, and you've got some extra advantage. You can basically block it out for several hours at a time.
Yeah. Guys, get in.
So I actually looked this up. The way back to tank works is you basically heal 1 wound for every 2 hours in the tank. So you guys can decide your own healing rotation. I believe... Yeah, he quoted me. There it is. 1 wound per 2 hours. So I guess you guys should probably decide your priority of woundedness and who gets to go in first. Keeping in mind, whoever has the most wounds has the longest period.
I think someone had 8 wounds.
I have 8 wounds.
He goes in.
Okay. So that'll be 16 hours in the tank. So, in your immediate post-game coverage, Camo is busy healing. He can do nothing. He's in the tank.
Just a little image of Kavis and Boots, like, throwing Camo into the tank.
Put him in the pod.
It's 2 hours per 1 wound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Now, you can get out early if you want, but they've gone to the trouble of getting you a tank. You may as well just take the 16-hour break.
Yeah, might as well.
Hold on, I'm taking my 16-hour vacation.
Yes, well, those 16 hours.
That means I have to post this now.
I'm gonna go try to see if there's something I can do for my helmet.
Give this man some science.
Because what was the last session I had a fun spider droid basically stabbed me in the head a little bit, so I need to get my helmet checked up a bit.
Yeah, you can get that fixed pretty easy.
See, but now you can see all our dumb jokes.
Right,
all my gifts will be seen.
Oh yeah, and got stabbed by all those mini spires.
You guys had a bad time. I don't blame you for just using a fucking shipping container to end everything.
Or the fact that they actually were like, despite the fact that it's against both their character natures, they were just like, no, let's stay here. We'll stay here. It's good. The command post is safe. It's comfy.
And besides, I freaking just crawled over and let the thing jump on me, too.
Yeah, great. Alright. So, you guys have some plans you want to enact about stuff.
Well, as I said, if we're talking about, about more defense plans, yes. So it came to our attention that really, we missed the spaceport, so we need to get some eyes on that. Maybe some scanners, and probably some bodies to act as security. I don't know if the spaceport actually has any basic security on it.
It is civilian spec. They probably have staffers to act as, customs officials, but probably not. They're probably not strictly armed and armored, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, so basically 2 things there is we need to up the amount of security guards, like at the desalination plant, power plant, and spaceport, which means they need to recruit actual bodies. I want these to actually be actual security personnel and not just militia, because security jobs are, a full-time thing. And on top of that, we want to make sure that security guards now get additional training so they can, spot threats, react to threats, and deal with threats.
No, but away.
So I'm not saying that this is something that we have to enact right now, but it is definitely going in the after action report to the mayor that we need these things. Second of all, we're going to put a second round of calling for militia training. Honestly, we had our 15 guys on on duty, and then the others did make a good call to action. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I was a little worried that I didn't want them throwing themselves in because there's still too few of them. So, second round of training. Do for that. So basically, more security guards, more militia, scanners, and basically scanners and inspections for space at the spaceport.
All right. So honestly, as a result of this, is so long as you're okay with it not being like tomorrow, you can probably just be like, hey, so what you really need you need to hire more people.
Yeah.
That can just happen over time as a given, I think.
Yes.
There's no need to roll on that. If you want to try and pull more people to the next militia day, is I think what you're getting at, or do you want to just schedule another training session? Okay, if you want to pull more people in, make me, I guess, an average leadership check.
Average leadership. Okay. Let's see. Roll. Yellow.
I don't know why my stomach feels empty, even though I've eaten like all my meals inside like 3 hours again. Whatever, I'll deal with it. I'll be fine.
He'll deal. Then add some to that dice. Make sure. With the leaderships. My smooth talkers on negotiation. My smooth emotion is for that. Okay, that should be it. The dice are dark today.
Spicy dice. But you succeed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 1 success, 2 advantage. Alright, I'll say you get a decent pull. How did I do this? I think I did this with like... Oh, wow, that's a lot.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Jesus!
D9.
Well, I believe that's how I generated the 105 originally, so yeah. It looks like you've got, after your whole, after the whole situation, actually, technically I think a better way would be like, like 10d100 or something. That would give you a round numbers, but anyway. Because like, a D1000 could still roll me like 2 for something dumb.
Yeah.
If you want to re-roll it, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, actually, let's try. Let's try like. Oh, I gotta remember to put poly, otherwise it's gonna yell at me.
We'll just see which one's bigger.
Okay, I find that.
All right, that's a more even distribution.
Yeah,
I rolled
that's
10
a reasonable number.
So you've got about 330. It's 336 specifically is the number I've rolled on the 10D percentiles. Is that so you've got about 300 recruits because hey, there was an actual incident. There were several injuries and a couple of deaths, you know, and there was some definite concern in the streets.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I will get Nightshade and the boys at the command post. Be like, all right, get that training started. Oh shit! How many guns do we have? We have 2 battalions worth of guns, but I gotta check how much is in the fucking battalion.
It's a lot.
Battalion number 300 to 800 soldiers. Okay, so no, actually we're fine. But at this point, we can say that I probably used up one battalion worth of guns.
Yeah,
probably because I think we had like what was it? 17? What's 17? 15 times 7? Calculate.
85?
85?
15?
Isn't it?
No, 15 times 7 or 5 times 17?
No, 15 times 7, because I remember it was 105.
Yeah.
That was probably, because that was the original number of people we had, because I remember it was able to divide directly into 7, and we had 15 guys on,
Hey, 336 also divides evenly into 7, that's 48.
Cool. Alright, but so...
Oh, you do it now? Oh, man, nice.
So...
I have a very, well, it's a little out of date, but I have a very high quality graphing calculator by my computer at all times because I needed it for school.
Oh, fair. I don't know where mine.
Right,
I've lost
yeah,
my
that too.
I have scientific calculators now.
Anyway,
yeah, so at 400, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be giving away 1 battalion worth of gun.
Right. I think I'll make a decent chunk of your training retroactive. Like, the guys you trained already can train new guys. So, I don't need you to roll to have another class. Like, on training days, they will make sure that the new 300-something guys are caught up on basic shoot and run training. So you should assume that these guys can shoot and can run.
All right. Maybe later we will...
Okay.
We will...
They're going to teach them first aid at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, later,
once we get... First aid would be a good one. I assume Lucky's thinking about, like, basically training them in vigilance. So, like, you know, scouting and sweep training. Survival training could also be another good one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
militia numbers. So
you've also probably got enough squads that you could, like, if you want to, you could start picking out guys to be, like, squad specialist training.
Mm-hmm.
First aid training could be part of that, but that could also be basic. But that would be, like, if you wanted to, say, pass out heavy weapons, this would be like, okay, hey, you're big and burly, and your marksmanship scores don't suck. Have you ever tried a repeating blaster rifle? You know, kind of stuff. Like, or, hey, you're not shit. Let's get you a real gun, kind of thing.
Alright, so once this all trainings, we'll be able to have 63 guys on duty every day. Nice. That should be enough for town patrols. Well, actually,
60 and just have like some small reserve every day.
I mean, that's larger than their current, which again I statistically calculated. That's more than the statistically average number of marshal officers on duty every day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, marshals will be for, actual law enforcement, which militia is just for, I don't know. They can hammer out their own jurisdictions.
Right.
I don't know. If there becomes some headbutting between the militia and marshal, we'll figure it out when we get there. So, alright, so, Squidman.
Yeah.
We got him arrested. I scared him because I could. He gets no lawyer. Traitor.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're gonna drag him back to the base, and we're gonna, ask some very pointed questions why the fuck he was helping the Separatists bring the Separatists.
Let's see. Do I care enough about this guy? I did give him stats, but maybe I should actually get my
They were
notes
kind of
open.
bad, weren't they?
He's basically a very, very default slicer template spiced up a little bit. A little bit of personal spice.
Squid spice.
He is technically a rival, but I'm just thinking in the meta plot, do I care narratively? Like, I think you can just, lean on him until he...
Like I said, I'm not expecting him to expose.
Well, yeah,
big.
so you guys have probably done enough military work to know that, and in collaborator terms, he's just a a scrub hireling. He doesn't know, it's all compartmentalized. He doesn't know anything other than just, he had a comcode contact, he was a slicer, so he could obscure it pretty good. Somebody just offered to pay him handsomely to, on a certain, one, to sell them the planes, basically, to the power plant, and two, basically, on a certain day, at a certain signal, to turn off the security system, basically, and, take the power plant hostage, basically. Yeah. He's like, I don't know any more than that, man. Or wait, how long are you my way? I don't know any more than that, dude. I'm just paid to do a service, alright?
Yeah, you can pay the rest of that service in the brig! Insert jail slamming noises here. Alright.
You start asking about how he could possibly have done this alone. You keep bullying about how he must have known some guy who knows about art or something dumb. These calling cards are really high quality. You must know a stationer. Thanks, Sai. Let's get back to the story about how I banged your sister. Boom.
Oh, of course. She would totally just maybe walk out of that room after that point. But
anyway,
depends on how best you got her by then.
Alright, so defenses are done.
Wait, nope. You want to get the scanners.
Scanners, yes, we need
You should probably... Did I have you roll negotiate to politicize before? The politicky?
To what?
To do politicos?
Yes.
Okay. By the way,
say that, Loth, but
that's the thing. That's the thing, Vesper. Also, you get to see all the stuff that Loth doesn't dare say out loud on the recording.
Because he knows
Loth, Makoto is the one that makes you scream.
I mean, that depends on how you look at it, Vesper.
Have you seen her fucking stat screen? That is definitely like.
No, I'm saying there's a difference between in the metaverse and out of the metaverse, but that's fair.
Anyway,
moving right along.
That's the wrong section. I want to find adversary analyzer. I think that's where I dug up a random Politico, because I think this was opposed with the mayor.
Yes, it was.
Probably should have jotted those down, but I didn't.
Did we write down the mayor's name?
Maybe
I didn't write it. Oh wait, yeah, I did. Tobias Lank, mayor of Mor Iridu.
Actually, I don't know if I've written that down, because I have a section in my notes, but it's stuff like the guys around base.
Actually, where's our sexy space elf name? Hang on, I'm gonna copy that down.
for them.
We did come up with a name. That reminds me, though, speaking of names we didn't come up with, I still don't know who else works at Liquid Sunshine, and I don't know if I will today. We just have the robot. Right? We'll work on it at a later time. Politician, rival... yeah, let's go with... yeah, you get nemesis or nothing. Let's go with... what is negotiation opposed by? Negotiation?
I believe... wait, actually...
I believe so.
So it would be...
GM's Holocron, where are you?
Red.
Red.
RRP, because he is 3 presence, 2 negotiation.
I will... so, let's see, fuck. Is it negotiation? Let me check. I gotta double check what congenial is.
So you don't get sense you do get sense emotion? No, you don't get sense emotions on negotiation, but I believe you do get force dice on it.
Yes.
I believe
and I have congenial, which means I can suffer a number of strain to downgrade difficulties, or yes. So I can spend the strength to downgrade the difficulty.
All right.
Okay, so negotiation can be against either negotiation or cool.
And so let's go with negotiation.
So
this is the political back and forth. You could roll like 3 threat, and he could be like, "Okay, but you owe me."
Oh noes.
I need you to shake my hands and take the keys to the city or something, so I can get reelected.
All right, so let's roll that.
All right, you passed that pretty good. Do you want to keep your double triumph? Because technically that should be red perp, because that's how downgrade works. Do you want to re-roll it, or do you want to keep the 2 triumphs? Yeah, if it says downgrade, not decrease, that means you remove one of the upgrades to the difficulty.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep my double triumph, I guess. And
okay.
Keep the threat though.
Well, okay then. Well, since I said it, yes, he's like, let's see, with the triumph, yeah, I think the triumph stuff is usually like, okay, so you can make significant, significant pulls in this. Like, I don't know, maybe he's like related to somebody who's in a sensor business or something, or maybe you can pull like your Vandreen strings again, and because remember his papa makes colonist gear, so you could be like, well, we'll just get some big fancy cargo scanners on the DL from then, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You can figure out kind of like, I think that sounds like a good idea for upgrade. The threat is totally okay, but I've done a lot for you lately, and well, you guys are kind of heroes in the city now, so I want to be. I need you to make some public appearances with me and like shake some hands and stuff.
Well, I guess I'll have to do that. We'll do some unveiling, some commemorations, some public speeches. Shoot, I'll even sing for the community if you want.
Well, now I've heard everything. A singing Jedi. No, it's probably like, maybe you go on the space radio and like you go on space C-SPAN and like publicly talk about the reason why you need the scanners and point to the mayor and stuff, like in a city council meeting or whatever.
I actually have to, attend like some political functions in support of the mayor.
Yeah, maybe you have to go to because I think part of this was you talked with him about getting the funding through like donations and stuff. So you have to actually show up to a couple fundraisers since this is your plan. But that seems fair.
Honestly, that sounds like actually being part of like politics and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right. But with 2 triumphs, you can definitely get this. Like, oh yeah, no, you can easily get them.
Yeah.
I'll say without further stressing your budget.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Triumph. But all right, that'll be pretty good at locating any of your various things. All right. So you're probably busy for a couple days doing all that.
Yeah, that's why Aramaa has no time for Bacta. She's like, nope, just stab me with science. Got to keep going.
Right. So. Well, first of all, because it was the middle of the day, everybody else gets to at least rest overnight. So everybody else can heal 1 naturally and remove all strain for now.
Okay.
If you didn't already. And then sometime on the 2nd day, Camo gets out of the tube, fully healed.
Okay.
Cool. Anybody else want to go in the tube?
Cav, get in.
Boost can go.
Get in, Cav.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay. So how many wounds do you have left?
Let's see here, 3, so it should be only like 6 hours.
Alright, you just take a little morning dip. A little morning double.
Get in the back to take Shinji.
No, we're not playing Adeptus Evangelion. I love that Omega has that joke for literally everything. You could say anything, and he could be like, "No, we're not playing that game. We're not playing Maid RPG. We're not playing Vampire.
We gotta try Butler RPG one of these days.
No, Maid.
Fuck you, Maid. Why would I run it Butler? It's called Maid RPG. Why would I not run it as written?
Just a sudden, just like Omega.
We can't be like we can't be a barbershop quartet.
No.
I need to randomly roll my green
be a
head
barbershop
big
quartet of maids.
maid, okay?
I remember playing that just one quick one shot of that.
Yeah, I tried it before. It's stupid but funny. Okay. Where was I?
Exactly.
So Kavis is healing real quick.
Oh, by the way, I did
fine.
find out our local Mor Iridu weapons wholesaler is Nola Thanewolf. She is a Sephi. Space elf.
Alright. So yeah, basically you're busy for a couple days. We'll probably... How many do you have, Loth? How many wounds does Boot have?
4.
Is that including the one night of rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's after the night of rest. I've gone down from 5 to 4.
Alright, so you need 8 hours. That's probably all the second day anyway.
Yeah.
Alright. So everybody is fully healed now. Aramaa has done her thing.
Okay.
So basically, there's a couple of downtime-y type things to take care of, but I think we'll frame for the audience what the plan is, which is basically, so you guys probably have some conversations in here that we don't need to super detail, but in your breaks, in your healing and stuff, there's some conversation about, okay, what do we do next? Well, we're gonna, we are ramping up militia recruitment and training. We've figured out that there's budget for scanners in the thing, so Mor Iridu should be fine for a few days. We'll let the security measures sort themselves out, and then check again in a couple of weeks, maybe, or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically okay, what are we gonna look at? Master Lagos here, he's looking at the tactical situation. He's like, we're still trying to find major enemy assets. I've got some plans to maybe track those aqua droids, because those were obviously on planet. We'll look at that one later, but obviously the water situation's pretty difficult. We have to, search slowly because the ocean's very, very chaotic. But they're trying to maybe backtrack those droids or kind of figure out where the attacks came from, and that will probably lead to a future plot hook or 3. We'll see. We'll see in the next round of plot hooks. But basically the question is okay, what are we working on right now? So, there's a lot of weirdness going on with Muskel Corp, though they are a ways away. You have the location of possibly another major outlet for this Bandogora business, the Colma Plantation, but none of you wanted to do a spooky plantation. So your other big question, Mark, is that you remember last time when you checked out what I called the Hidden Garden facility that you heard a lot of people talking about how there were animal displacements in the Green Spires region. And also you wanted to you heard that maybe there were criminals or outcasts up there or something, so the general idea was okay, let's go eyeball that real quick. Let's make sure there's nothing weird going on there.
Yeah. Right, because of that whole, we had attacks that were in the area where they weren't supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, as I said, animal territory being disrupted means that something weird is going on. And actually, that's some of the things I wanted to check. How far is the Green Spires from Ubeshu?
From the actual township of Ubeshu Hills is probably a day or a day and a half by water. Shorter by flight. Now we talk about the Ubeshu Hills region. That's very, very uneven elevation that kind of tapers up to a point where the mud hills and stuff actually and sandbars actually turn into solid rock formations. That's Green Spires.
Okay.
But the hillside, especially because of cultivation and stuff, there's not a lot of coverage. So if you're wondering should we be concerned about animal attacks in the city? Probably not, just because animals wouldn't go that way because there's not a lot to hunt. Maybe there should be a security alert, but this is this is Soho-Live-So. It's if you go too far away from town, you might just get eaten by a mud shark or whatever. They already have that kind of mindset.
Aramaa legs twitches in remembrance.
Did you take a crit from that? You might still have scars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, so it's probably not an immediate concern, but if you get really big population displacements, you could get weird stuff where, like, literally the animals could decide that their only place to move is into a town or something.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
That's the good drugs, yo. So, yeah, so one of the things I was, like, wondering about is if we're going into the Green Spires, and we might be there for a while, like, I'm not entirely sure how long, but if you're saying, like, because, honestly, like, again, this is, like, I don't know if I want to be pulling resources, like, you know, like,
Well, actually, that was going to be a question, because there's a lot of verticality in the Green Spires, and it's also called Green Spires because they're overgrown. There's a lot of growth and overgrowth there. So it's not really easy to set down a vehicle, like if you wanted to land, like fly over there and land.
So I think overland's probably our best option.
You can probably get reasonably close if you go to Ubeshu and basically rent or hitch a ride on a river boat or a water speeder or whatever.
And we probably have to pay someone because people are supposed to stay away from Green Spires because they're haunted or something.
It is supposedly haunted or something.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Let's see about like catching a water boat, and we'll probably have to pay out of pocket, maybe. But as I said, I don't want to be necessarily using Republic resources on this.
Right.
That being said, when we get to Ubeshu, we can actually look into the weather and winds because.
Well, remember, Ubeshu is a trade city.
Exactly.
So you should be able to find a decent amount of. You did a decent amount of market work there. You could probably also similarly.
But let's first things first. I want to get us some quote unquote war funds. So from our engagement with the droids, we were able to actually salvage a few of their weapons. Unfortunately, the Aqua droids have integrated weapons, so we can't just rip those off and sell them. That's not how this works. But we still got, let's see, actually we got quite a bit of guns. We got 2 BX sniper rifles, 2 BX commander rifles, 2 Vibra swords, and 6 heavy pistols. Unfortunately, fortunately I should say, the BX sniper rifles and commander rifles are very high rarity and really difficult to sell. I could probably do it, but I'd rather not risk it because they are also restricted. Restricted.
Yeah.
Something weird something weird happens in the roll, something weird might happen. So I'm gonna go with the safer of the options and sell our 2 Vibra swords and 6 heavy pistols to our new best friend Nola. So I'm going to make a negotiation roll at rarity 8, which is that hard or is that daunting or formidable?
8 would be 4, so daunting. Because 9 and 10 I believe is 5.
Just divided by 2 essentially.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pretty good way to think of it, Axe. 5 by 2. Then, then I'm gonna take a strain. Reduce that by 1.
Okay. Because there's no upgrade, so it reduces by 1.
Yep. So that means I'm already starting my strain train with 1.
Could I help you?
If you want to come with, I'm not gonna say no.
I'll help you because I have stuff I want to get anyway. So.
I'm selling right now. I'm not buying.
All right. Well,
All right.
it's probably gonna be the same trip, a few hours. So take a boost.
All right.
Camo needs something to do while everybody else is in the pod.
Right.
Also,
He was in the pod for like 16 hours. He needs to get out. Okay.
I need someone to carry the guns.
I'll do that.
He's
and
all
I also need
pruny.
I need parts to go make some field tools. So.
Okay. Oh, so you didn't want to? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, as I said, we got downtime. So here's the roll. Oof.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Hey.
But they're all an advantage, or.
No. Successes give is what increases the price.
Yes.
Oh, so if I spend 1 to remove.
Yeah.
I'll spend 1
hold
to
on.
remove.
So the formula is 1 success is like 1/4 of the cost.
No, that was it. Was it quarter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
1
starts
success is
off
1/4.
with quarter.
2 successes is half. 3 is 3/4. So.
What's 5 successes?
But keeping in mind, this accounts for the rarity jump, so technically half price is normal price because of Soha Live.
Okay.
So you could spend 2 your white pips because you rolled double white. Audience, rolled double whites.
Mm-hmm.
First time I think you've done that.
It is.
Besides the one time you did the strained attack.
But so you can kick that up to 4 success,
and then 2 to get me 1 advantage.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I just want. I'll just spend that advantage.
Remember, barter. You could probably. What's his face wants some spare parts? Probably get those with an advantage since you're making a big sale.
Yeah, just get like I guess. Well, as I said, they are. I guess they are. Who knows? Maybe these guns have only been fired in this one combat, so maybe they're nice and fresh. And yeah, advantage. I'll get you.
The beautiful thing is, the blaster pistols, at least, those were carried by those sabotage droids. They have a special sealed compartment which is stealthed.
Oh.
So compared to most guns on Sohaliv, they are remarkably wear and tear free.
Oh. Okay.
So
cool.
That's why you can sell them for full local price, which is a lot.
All right. So actually, let me do some. So shit, these are double price. Fuck. Okay.
So it maxes
I mean,
out,
you're paying double price. If you can get the successes, you should earn double back.
That's true, but like I said, I wasn't expecting to be able to get enough. Well, I guess this is why I built my character this way, but still.
Yep. Well, I mean, you rolled 2 double white pips, so that's pretty rare on forced dice.
Yeah. All right, but hang on, I gotta do math here real quick. So,
all right,
at 1400.
Well, Lucky will do math. I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Yep.
Okay.
6, that's 8. Jesus. Then set those pistols. 400. Then 2 vibro swords are 1500. So that's no. Jesus. Yeah, so we make out with 11,400 credits.
Gee, oh god.
Well, as I said, we have 6 heavy pistols, which each sell for 1,400, and we have 2 fiber swords that sell for 1,500.
Yep, it's quite a bit.
It's quite a bit. Let me see here. 9 by 4, 100.
That's 2050.
That's 2,100 each. What are people? Let's see. What were we planning on buying? Well, before I divvy up funds to everybody, I'm gonna probably use this money to buy whatever on everyone's shopping list, and then I'll divvy up whatever's left. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
sure.
All right. So let me just put that right now. Floating.
Okay.
All right. So who's down stim packs, by the way?
I need like 1.
I need stim packs.
How many? Yeah.
I'm out of stim packs. I'd like 3 if possible.
You'd like 3. How many you want, Axe?
Give me 2 more. I'll like 3 too.
So I'll make that a solid 6. Okay. Let me look up stim packs here real quick. I know they're super cheap, but at the same time, don't forget. Stim pack 25-1. That's really cheap.
Okay, I'm back. I see you have made a lot of money.
Yes. Okay, so Axe, you have your things to make your tool.
Yep. Just go ahead and just do that for free.
Yeah. Oh, I'll save on getting the climbing gear and repulsor units till we actually get to Ubeshu. But since we're at good old Nola, let's see about getting some mods. So, Axe, you wanted 2 custom grips, right?
Yeah, they're basically 506, so 508, so about the same.
1,008. 1,008, my dude.
For double?
Yeah, because if it jumps up 2 rarity.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yep. So, and I wanted another weighted head with 2 mods, because I wanted to have Axe try again with the modification. So that's gonna bump. So I'm gonna get this as a bundled set, and that means it's a rarity 8. So I'm gonna try this again. It's basically the same rule as before. I'll also I'll spend another strain to put on my best smile. I haven't even done anything. I'm already at 2 strain.
Well, depending on when you sit out, you might get that back.
I might, but you never knew.
Yeah.
Aramaa
puts on her best communicator face.
Wording things very well is very stressful.
Yeah. I'm basically doing customer service face. Oh.
What's this?
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to spend 1 point on
a success.
So that means I succeed, and that means we get no discount, but we get 3 advantage. Well, I did want to get 2 mods with the weighted head.
Yeah, we could probably do with 3 advantage. You can probably get your mod cost free.
All right, so that's 2 mods.
Also, by the way, so we've had this question of whether or not the modding cost stacks. I've double-checked the GM holocron. It's very ambiguous. So here's the exact phrasing. Each additional mod installed in an attachment beyond the first increases the difficulty of the check by 1 and costs an additional 100 credits beyond the base cost. So I don't know how to interpret that last one.
It could be literally you just pay another 100, or it's 100 more.
Yeah, that's what he means by ambiguous.
Yeah.
So,
how do you want to do it?
100 more.
Well, it doesn't come up. It's not coming up right now because
No.
I managed to waive the cost. But let me do some quick math here. So that's going to be 2,000 out from. Whoops. Yeah, scroll down to the notes.
I actually might need some of that share of the money for this, because it's like, oh, I didn't actually have 2K on me.
Well, that's why I wanted to get all the shopping down out of the money we just made.
Alright, cool.
And then 500 for that. Don't have to worry about that. So, X, you get 2 custom grip mods. And I hold on to this weighted head mod. That's, let's see, that's knock down our war funds to, whoops, that is, I don't need to type that in there. Why was I doing that? Rip. You fool!
Right.
Oh, Vesper.
Oh, now, wait, there's a meme for this.
Well, of course, I think there's just a meme for just about everything.
This is getting.
Oh no!
Oh, there's 2 of them.
Alright, so our war funds are down to 8,900. Does anyone else have anything else they want?
That's not climbing gear related?
Yeah, the climbing gear or survival gear related.
Yeah,
Well,
because Aramaa wants to do the smart adventuring thing and get to the place and be like, "Hey guys, what's the 5-day forecast like? How's the mountain lately?"
Mm-hmm.
And then stock up accordingly. Even though I do, as you guys have seen, I did a thing. I made a special advantage and stuff chart. One of them is just fuck you, the weather's bad for a while because it's Saholiv.
Yeah, of course.
And it rains extra hard today.
Solo is just generally bad.
Alright, going once? Going twice?
Question again?
Does anyone want anything else?
Oh.
Before...
do you think it would
Besides
be
the parts and the mods
weird
now?
to ask for an ascension gun?
Well, the ascension gun will this is not to dissuade you from your choice, but everyone's been looking at the repulse assist units. Have you seen those?
No, are they in
Hang
the
on,
gear
let
list?
me pull up the description in the
So, one, I believe the plan is that everybody gets climbing gear, because that's just, if you don't, that's going to make your checks harder, because you don't have tools.
I found it.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the second up is you're looking at getting the repulsor assisted, because that reduces the difficulty of climbing checks by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a lot.
In which case, I'll just stick with what you guys are doing.
Okay.
Because the thing about the Ascension Gun is you basically don't have to, whatever version you use, I think, no matter what it is, you don't have to climb, but you do have to make a check to shoot it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Range light check and medium range.
Yeah. Okay. So, with that, we have 8,900 left. After we get done buying whatever survival gear we're now, that'll probably get divvied up into whatever's left.
Pocket money.
Mm-hmm. So, but let's take some public transport. Well, hang on. Aramaa needs to fill out some forms. Like, hey, we're taking an expedition out to this area for some time to do some things.
Yeah, it's weird. We're gonna go recon some stuff. But I'm in charge, by the way. Bye.
Bye.
You can't stop me.
Too long, fuckers.
Jedi out.
I've got the chain of command, bitch. Jedi bomb.
Literal chain.
Right, so are we... Is it just like...
No, we'll just...
third day that we're doing this?
Well, I'll wait till everyone...
Yes, unless you guys want to take any extra days. This is probably because Aramaa probably does her shopping trip on the beginning of the third day while you guys are finishing up your stuff. Does anybody want to do anything around base, especially Kavis and Boots, because obviously Aramaa would be gone to town for a little bit, buying and selling.
I think Cav will just talk to his master.
Okay. He's there.
I think
talking about stuff.
Yeah.
I think to go with the fact that I bumped up Brawl and Range Light Boots, we'll just do some basic training to get better at it.
Okay. So, Cav is just going
Also because...
top it.
Oh, sorry, Marth, you go.
Top will just be about him guess about feeling dark side of the Force a few times when I was in combat.
Let's see. Cryptic. He probably just offers to, like, meditate with you on the past,
Okay.
There's physical danger and conflict, but also we must be mindful. The dark side is the easier path, easy to go down, but we'll get lost down there kind of stuff.
Okay. And Kev will just meditate.
Theoretically, we could, like, if this was still the same session, I could possibly go for, like, you can do a meditation check and try and shed some of your conflict, but, we already rolled that, so yeah.
Yeah.
This is just kind of, quiet contemplation. Okay.
Axe, you just slap in mods. I mean, the attachments.
I meant for, like, if you wanted me to do, like, the mods to the mods.
Actually, I don't know.
Let me double check that. That was in there. Mods. So, okay, modding attachments. Spends a couple of hours at a workbench. So, to make the mod roll takes a couple of hours.
I mean, I have the 2 mods. If you are willing to take the time to install them into the way to hit, I'd be most appreciative.
Yeah, sure.
So the question I suppose is, what's your... I assume you're going to want to set out at the beginning of a day, or
Yes.
do you... Or, another question, do you want to, like, overnight in Ubeshu somewhere and then set out in the morn right away there? Like, what's your ideal
Actually,
time
yeah,
frame?
I'd rather set out, like, stay overnight in Ubeshu so we can...
So probably on the middle of the third day, you're like, okay, we're going to Ubeshu and we'll crash there overnight, because that's the thing I mentioned, I believe, in the notes, that Ubeshu has, like, lodges and things where people can rent space. Is there I'm actually checking this thing. Is there a services table? How much is it you get for like, lodging? Does the word lodging appear in here anyway? Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna dig in the thing a little. But, so that'll basically be like, you probably spend the afternoon, like, traveling, you get there in the evening, you overnight, and then in the morning, you can set out. Do you want to do your buying and modding and stuff the evening while you're there, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Oh, by the way, I am bringing the fusion lantern that we got before, just so we don't have to pick up another one.
May I make the check to make this toolkit?
Yep. It's an easy check.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. I'm going to take time, and I guess I'll have... I wanted to get
well,
the base
you can't really take time on this. It's got a time frame.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Then I'll custom toolkit and stuff.
Oh no, he's going to use a kit to make a kit.
I mean, that was the plan.
Wait a second.
The plan is to make this lighter.
I know. I'm just being funny.
Is this some kind of kit bashing exercise?
Well, so he's basically trying to build a compact. He's trying to take his custom tool kit, which is big, and build a like compact multi-tool, or rig like a portable tool belt or something. We'll see exactly what it looks like in a second once he rolls.
I can't use a force on this, so...
No? No, you are not that spec. That spec totally exists, but you are not it.
This is one of the few checks
you guys
where
should just quit the war and become a fucking cantina band. Jesus, you can make like 1,000 credits a week at a group rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can I convert some of these extras into something else?
No, you can't.
No, that is literally a talent.
Oh, okay.
But
in fact,
with that one advantage, you can reduce the encumbrance, so it should only be 1 E. No, it should only be 1. We're going with a house rule that has all the starting encumbrances.
Yes, we should mention that. I looked at the crafting chart for gear. It's awful. Like I said, I think I said this several times. The encumbrance values seem literally based on the toolkit for mechanics, which is fucking heavy and doesn't make sense because you can supposedly use the rules to craft like slicer tools and climbing gear and other bullshit, which is way, way lighter.
Yeah.
So the beauty is that for every success, you reduce the time frame by 10%. So that's what, 5 successes?
Yeah.
So it's for everyone past the first is 10, so that's 40% off 2 hours, whatever that is.
50 minutes?
Yeah, you can get it done. You can get this build done to under an hour.
Yeah.
I'll be easy and say that it's for the group of you, it's like 100 credits for the night.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that out of the war funds.
You stay in a nice hunting lodge. It's got probably basic lifestyle setup, like refresher, kitchen. It's got fridges and freezers so you can do food prep. It's got a workroom so you can do gear prep because this is Star Wars. So doing your own stuff.
Field multi-tool.
Ta-da!
So that means you can make a mechanics check without a penalty. and it only has E1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And don't worry, Axe, we'll somehow get you good at mechanics so you can make like the other ends real light too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I already have mechanics 3. It's I just only 2 intelligence, so it's like.
All right.
Clearly, we must solve this problem with drugs.
All right. What's next in your rolling dice phase?
I think it's
all right. Well,
actually,
first it's information gathering,
right?
Because we need to find out the weather for the next few days and the conditions around the Green Spires for the next few days.
So I believe I believe Weather Eye is a survival check thing.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I can try that.
So somebody make me an average survival check.
I'll do it.
Thank you kindly.
Alright, let's see. I grab out the magic dagger.
Magic dagger!
Comfort dagger. Keeps me safe at night.
Tell me your secret survival knife. Really, it's probably just got a lot of tools. Like, it's probably it's got a barometer or something in there. Or it's got a fucking horizon checker.
I like to think it has like a digital kind of readout of some sort. I don't know.
It is space. So yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh man.
Space knife.
Okay, so this is fairly reliable then. I'm gonna guess because you succeeded. You want nice weather conditions.
Yeah, clear weather for like clearish weather for like the next.
It will probably be overcast, but not heavily raining, and it will not be overly hot for the next couple of days. And while you're there, you do talk to some people, and you get some advice about Green Spires. So I will let you know in advance one of the legs.
Oh.
So, because I've basically broken this up into legs because it's a climb. So they will tell you about the rough area. So he's like, all right, let me be telling you, Sonny. There is what's called the Outcast Village up there. So there's a semi-permanent settlement of just, randos. Some of them are just social outcasts, rebels. Some of them are minor criminals who are like, well, shit, because you're in the Outer Rim, you're backwoods enough that might actually be a thing where, like, you get into a bar fight and shoot somebody in the bar, well, you don't go to prison, you just run off to live in the jungle until they forget about it and nobody cares enough, This is a space western, right? Only you're in Soholiv, so it's like whatever the heck the weird pulpy, whatever genre we call it when you're in, like, South America or Central Africa. But it's that. It's that pulp. It's the Rundown, starring The Rock. Aramaa is clearly our Rock.
I just wonder what a western in like a bio is like. I guess it's not
I mean, technically, couldn't Tarantino call Django a southern because it's technically set in the deep south? You could probably say the same thing.
That's basically this. Yeah, it's a southern.
Okay.
Down in the bayou. But basically, what you're gonna want to you note that basically the path up there's 2 paths that they called. One is called the Pilgrim's Path. This is basically the only thing that resembles a road or path in the Green Spires. It's not, strictly speaking, vertical, but there's narrow stairs and switchbacks. It takes longer to climb, but it is a path. So it's a hike, not a climb. So spoilers, that will be a resilience check just to see how well you can hoof it. The second is, there's the back way. They call it the Rogue's Ladder. This is a mostly vertical way. It used to be a waterfall or water cut, but it was dammed up, so it's dry. But there's a lot of handholds, ledges, that kind of stuff, interspersed with shrubs and vines. This is an athletics tech to climb. It'll be hard because it's a pure vertical climb straight up. But it is a shorter and more direct route up the basis of the Green Spires. So you talk to some kindly people, and she and it warn you about the things you might encounter.
Okay.
They also, in general, you're with a couple of advantages. You're cautioned, that like the real issue is, endurance. You got to be careful climbing up there because you can run out of stamina. You'll want to make sure to bring good gear. Almost some people free climb the Rogue's Ladder, but higher than that, almost nobody does. Because it's low enough to the ground and well enough known that people are actually like, I'll free climb it. Because remember, that's one of the other part of the Legends of the Green Spires. It's often often areas of the region are part of, like, childhood, well, not really child, but, late teen, like, Daredevil stuff. Like, I could climb the green spires, you can't stop me. I'm gonna get power converters from Tashi Station.
Wait a second.
But, yeah, so...
Wrong film.
Oh, yeah, we are way in the wrong film. That kid won't be whiny for another 20-something years.
Oh, okay.
But generally, so you want to make sure you're equipped well. Some places there's some little tips and tricks you can get to cut through, but other places it's hard. What you do here in general is that at times the green spires can be very wet. Naturally, it can rain or fog between the elevations, so they can get some water. But also, you hear there's a lot of springs and a lot of natural reservoirs.
Oh, neat.
So, rainwater and or groundwater kind of springs up and then slowly filters down into the hills region. That's why it's so wet here. There's a lot of rivers and stuff. So there will be waterfalls, standing reservoirs, pools, that kind of stuff. It can make the climb a little bit difficult, but it does mean that there's relatively fresh mountain water there.
And I bet it looks majestic.
Oh, so majestic.
Huh? Where's my watercolors?
Wrong game.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I feel like I should explain that one. So, in our Mages of War campaign, anytime Wolfgang basically botched a perception check, he would just stare off into the scenery and see it real beautiful and just be like, man, I should have brought my watercolors. And eventually, Wolfgang did just buy a fucking set of watercolors and would just paint randomly.
They also strike canvas with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you hear a lot of shit.
It was basically a running joke of like, well, congratulations, you failed to see anything other than just, man, it's real picturesque out here.
And you're an Africa.
Man, new painting.
But are there rains?
It's like pretty much like
there's
just like
diamond rain.
Africa.
We never made that joke once in all 20-something episodes of that game.
I can't believe it.
We
Maybe
make
there's
that joke more in this game because it's music themed.
Oh,
Right.
true.
Well, it's not truly music themed, but we do musical themes for the episode titles. All right.
Right.
Don't know if
where was
it's
we?
a Jojo kick or not.
Alright, so apparently, like, So if it's gonna be raining and stuff, that means it won't be get over hot. We might have to deal with some chill. Thermocloaks.
Yeah.
Thermocloaks are usually pretty good.
Well,
but
actually, I should say this. The water thing might be a little weird, though. I guess if it does rain here a lot, so reservoirs, kind of slowly filtering makes sense. But even though it can be fairly tall, I'm not gonna do numbers because sci-fi writers are bad at scale. That was in all caps, by the way. That's a trope title. But it's not. The climate is not as such, and it's not tall enough that there's no snow to worry about.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like snow melt. It can be a little windy up high, though, because vertical surfaces, wind resistance, you can updrafts and stuff. So it can be a little chilly. You might want to consider thermal blankets or something to be light, so you don't have to worry about wind chill.
So actually, I was thinking about...
I will tell you, GM rule, you do not need altitude equipment, is basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Nobody needs to be pressurized.
Alright, but...
You just probably want to make sure you have a safety harness, because, boy howdy, you do not want to take as we learned last session, falling damage sucks. You really don't want to take a vertical plummet.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we're getting climbing gear and the things. Basically, one is to anchor ourselves to the wall. The other was to actually do the actual ascending. But I saw something interesting in the gear. There's something called a body glove, which is E2. I think it's like 650 or something. But basically, you just wear it underneath your armor and clothing, and it removes up to 1 black due to environmental things. So I don't know if you guys if the Clone Boys are wearing.
Cloak.
Yeah, Thermocloak removes 2 black, but also I was just like, I don't know. Do you we could get both? I'm not against anyone doubling up.
I've got a thermal cloak. It comes in my survival kit.
Yeah.
Well, Thermocloak just says either Thermocloak or blanket. So.
Well, I said Thermocloak. The Thermocloak can literally be our fucking blanket if we're gonna take a break on a steep ledge somewhere. I'm not a steep ledge, on a wide ledge somewhere.
Yeah.
The body glove would be more for that core protection. Because I don't know if we're I said, from my understanding,
so you rolled survival. It's possible. It could be because there's multiple spires. There's some switchbacks. There's some traversal. Though you do know that supposedly some of these spires are actually connected by zip lines or rope bridges.
Oh, sweet.
it could, depending on how far up you want to hike to check stuff out, it could be a multi-day climb, depending on your progress.
Yeah, and I don't think we want I don't think we'll need
like people do make a day trip out of it, but if you guys pause every couple of legs to look around and investigate, it might take you longer.
Yeah, so that's so. Well, I said, apparently there's a lot of fresh water around there, so as long as everyone brings a canteen, we'll probably be okay with there.
I got two.
And the survival kit has a filter system on it, right? Filter? Water filter? Remember correctly?
The army canteen has filters.
Does it? Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, the canteen, I'm pretty sure, comes with filters.
You
can put any water in it.
Yep, and it has integrated filters, yeah.
Sweet. Alright, so I don't know what the fucking foraging will be on the Green Spire, so we should probably pack up some food. So, looking in just the standard gear list, I found there is 2 immediate food items. One is the Army Brick, which is basically just a giant block of rations that'll last you a week. And the other one is just rations, which is just 1 meal. I can guarantee you, the fucking rations probably taste better than the fucking brick.
Oh no, because I believe those are the week long is based on Imperial Army rations, which are just like a blob of paste you can squirt, shave, or otherwise take off to eat as you need, which are universally awful.
Yes.
They don't spoil, they last forever, they taste like ass. Not literally. They may taste like cardboard. Just the cheapo, 1 ration, 1 meal, those are survival rations. They're not home cooking, but they're not awful either. You know, they're probably the equivalent of an MRE bag.
Right.
So, fortunately, and Marth, we have the Jedi Tillibits, which comes with 3 days worth of. If Loth is bringing his entire. Yeah. If Loth is bringing his entire sack, that has 10 days worth of rations for him.
Yeah.
But we could still probably.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure character-wise, Boots would split the survival rations. With
with Axe. So we're probably fine on food. Like I said, at least for 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
I'll bring some spare if that's fair.
You could
2-day rations.
Also, you are the survivalman, so it would be your job to forage for food.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
we
we're good on
have
food.
the forager talent? Is that in your tree?
No.
Okay. That is a talent.
I have outdoorsman, but that's I think it's more for.
Oh yeah, it's actually in my tree for forager or seer.
Pretty fun. But yeah, forager is a talent. But
okay, so we're covered on food. We're covered on water.
I get to remove a setback for all the terrain movement checks I'll be doing.
Mm-hmm. I have the stealth cloak, which removes 1 black, which is fine by me. I'll just pick up a body glove to compensate. I gave Kavis my old cloak. The survival crit has a cloak in there for Boots, so it'd just be 1 cloak. And is anyone against getting body gloves to wear under it so they won't be as
Well, so we should mention the concern of the body glove is the encumbrance cost. It's E2,
but if you're wearing it, does it still take on the encumbrance?
I think that's the point. It's supposed to be that E with your wearing it, because that's the only way you can use it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Okay.
Though, what I want to check is, hold on, because one of you is an ARC Trooper, so
yes,
I should check what ARC armor does in full description, because you never know, it might have some survival stuff.
Yeah.
It has some fancy bits and gadgets in it.
Yeah. Let's see. Hunting goggles.
So cool. The Phase 1 ARC Trooper armor, reinforced armor.
I wonder if we're going to Phase 2, and they're that'll make it where I have to carry less things because of encumbrance.
Fitting, naturally.
I also just have Swift, and I just have all the movement.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I mean, it may matter, but for this conversation, that's not important. We're talking about whether or not you will die or anything. No, okay, so it has a built-in comlink, removes 1 black from perception checks, and has an integrated. It has its own load-bearing harness system, which means you get +3 encumbrance threshold. So it does not have any extra survival-y stuff.
Huh.
Well, Arma's gonna need the fucking bodysuit.
Well, okay, so I'll say that because Phase 1 clone armor does briefly mention that it has some minor body temperature regulation. That means the ARC Trooper armor does too, but it's not enough that either of them gives an actual reduction of your difficulty
Can we replace it with the bodysuit?
Oh yeah, no, you can give them an insulated bodysuit to basically put their trooper armor over. That's how it's supposed to be worn anyway. It's just it's not super.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have mechanical abilities basically.
So basically, I don't know. I feel like that might be a modification. Just like, all right, we're gonna put out your base underlying and put in this better insulating one.
I still got a hard point on my armor, so I.
Well, no. The bodysuit's like just random gear.
We don't have to make it too complex. You can basically say that okay, well, you'll wear this insulated, thickened body glove, and then you'll put your armor on because they has the E up over it.
Yeah. So actually, for both the clones, we'll get them that as well because I want my boys to be snug. Well, I guess Kavis is up to you if you want to. Do you want a bodysuit as well? As I guess it.
Not really.
All right. The Force will keep you warm.
The other thing, if you wanted to actually get a mod, would be to get them. What's it actually called? Is it thermally shielded? The temperature ones for armor always confuse me.
I have thermal shielding. I have it on my list of like things if ever needed. It's just -1 difficulty resilience for fire extreme heat, and then -2 setback.
Yes, that could be a thing.
Sealed armor only.
Yeah, the thermal shielding.
Is it 1,000?
That is a little pricey.
Right.
A little pricey.
But not necessarily relevant, but that would be like, okay, I want to remove for... The one from the body glove is probably the one that is probably good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with me, like, I have actual encumbrance area. I have room for encumbrance carrying after keeping my toolkit at base and my kit. So I actually have 4 encumbrance.
Let's see, the war funds might not be enough for all this, but we'll see how good I can make a check. Okay, let's see here. So, I wrote this down earlier. So, looking for, right now, what we're looking for gear right now is 4 sets of climbing gear, 4 sets of repulsor assist units, 3 sets of bodysuits, 1 thermal cloak, and 6 stim packs. Excuse me. Now, like I said, if we end up camping up there, I said we'll probably just, as long as it's not raining too hard, we'll just swallow up in our cloaks. Be all like, fuck you, rain.
Yeah, you also have your... Well, there's a spool of wire in the survival kit, right?
Yeah.
I still got the self line if needed.
Well, I'm just thinking if you have to, like, improvise a hammock or something.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing about cliff living, you'll have to secure yourself somehow.
Yeah.
Even if it means you have to sleep in the climbing harness with a piton in.
Shoot, I should have brought my rope just for who knows what.
You can say you brought your rope. It's not a big deal.
I'm going to bring my rope, too.
I'm bringing my rope.
I got a question of,
So,
Outdoorsman makes it where I decrease overland travel times by half, so technically does it mean, like, I'm technically going up through the Spires, like, twice as fast as everyone else?
I would say overland. Overland means more than short distances.
Like okay, pathfinding.
Yeah. That's like if you were gonna, like, okay, we need to plan this trip. And, like, technically, if we can say that maybe your boat trip takes less time if you were to pilot it, basically.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Like, that's for reducing narrative time distances for crossing land. Whereas, vertical climbs kind of will be like that, but I'm assuming that's more for, because it's tied to survival, that's more for, like, long-range overland survival type travel, not, I'm gonna do a climbing challenge, basically.
Gotcha. Just like asking.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's good. It's good to keep up on your talents. Outdoorsman can be a good one.
At least I'll get at least I'll remove a setback if that happens.
Ooh, doggy, these repulsor units are gonna be expensive.
By the way, this reminded me because I was looking at armor. Because we were constantly talking about shielding Aramaa.
Right.
That's an armor mod. If you could find something with 2 hard points, you could just do the portable plasma shield.
Yeah, 1240 per one.
Oh my god, I could totally just...
I might do that later.
Actually, no.
Shoot her!
Shoot her! Well, I could not use 2 into 1, but the show. Oh, that sounds pretty baller.
Yeah, so basically, you activate it as an incidental, and you get the benefit of defensive 1, but because it takes up a hand, but then you can mod it for deflection and defensive.
That's 5 different mods, so I don't know if that's actually like you could. It means you have to do more 3 times.
You can do stuff to reduce the difficulty.
Okay.
Or worst comes to worst, you just spend a destiny point every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
like that's you putting a lot into crafting, but still.
Yeah, it's just like 3 defensive, 3 deflection. That's good.
Fuck. That's 3 range, 3 melee defense, and all you do is lose a hand. That's great. It has other than 2 hard points, it has no other downsides.
Yeah.
That's crazy good.
There's nothing wrong with this.
And the two-handed bit is mostly so that you can't shenanigans. I'm gonna use a heavy weapon. Fuck you. No.
Yeah.
It works for a Jedi, but I can't use it. But
You got one
maybe
pistol,
there's, like,
but that
some,
would
like,
kind of
defensive
counteract your
plating.
build.
Yeah. I wonder if because I still have the Harpo armor, so I wonder if I could get some defensive plating or something.
Oh, jeez,
Like-
this is a lot. Okay, we might have to dip into some funds.
Or you could just skip the repulsors and wing it.
I have enough just to buy my own stuff.
You want to buy your own
The
stuff?
repulsor resist
Yeah.
units are good. In fact, I think you've used them before. But
Yeah, I'll just buy
Maybe
my
use
own
it
stuff.
for fighting for like the offensive.
So that's $13.40 off the total cost.
Yeah. Hang on, let me see here. Let me do some math again here. Let's see here. What was it? 12 times. Whoops!
somebody should get the low friction coating. Sensation of friction is all but lost on me.
I should honestly look up armor mounts stuff. Right?
Okay, that was down to 370.
They're pretty fun. One that might be good for you guys is the clone guys is the physiological support system, because it's literally cheaper if you're a clone. It reduces whenever you involuntarily suffer strain by 1 to a minimum of 1. So, for instance, if I was like, you suffer 2 strain, you'd be like, no, I only suffered 1. And then it's got blue to athletic coordination and resilience.
Okay, so I have... Alright, so the base total of 3 sets of climbing gear, 3 repulsor units, 3 body suits, 1 thermocloak, and 6 impacts is 8,520. This is with the rarity markup. And its highest rarity cost will be 6. So...
Is that chart in here?
Let's see here. It's still the same day, so I still have strain. I'm at 3.
Yeah, you've not yet rested.
Not yet rested. So I'm gonna roll. Let's see, that's...
Well, let me double check what 6 is. It should be 3?
I think X has it right by just dividing it by 2.
Yeah.
Let me,
Or by 2,
well,
round up.
just this once, then let me make sure that's the system. Because I have to get a core lookup to check that normally. Let's see.
I have a
Does it
blue
just
for
divide
marker
by...
contact.
Oh.
Also,
Okay,
looking
no,
at, like, the
actually,
phase 2
so-
arc
Oh,
strip,
it's not.
Well, 6 is hard, so yeah, kind of, but we have to count that rarity 0 exists, so...
Oh.
8 and
okay.
9 is both daunting, but 6 and 7 are hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So it starts at 0.
Yeah, it starts at 0. 0 to 1 is simple, 2, 3 is easy, 4, 5 is average, 6, 7 is hard, 8, 9 is daunting, only 10 is formidable.
Oh, okay. Not that bad,
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
Also, look at the
Yeah.
phase 2 arc armor. It's actually not as great.
Alright, so I'm gonna spend a strain to activate Congenial. Aramaa smiles winsomely. And... I'm gonna roll. I'll spend that 1 light pip on success. That's what
15% off.
Yeah, 15% off. Let's see.
And then
divided
2
by-
advantages. 2 advantages.
That is not what I wanted to happen.
How good is survival back?
Oh wait, let me just do
Yeah.
0.185. There we go. That'll give you the number. 700, 242. That's how many credits cost.
And you got a couple of advantaginos.
Vatagino. Do they ever? Does the GM Holocran have a goddamn table on negotiation, buying and selling?
No, because there's no table for that, sadly.
Shake fist.
There's just the generic advice. I don't think there's a lot of... It's weird. So, the Colonist book, which includes mostly your buying and selling stuff, because they're the face class, mostly spends its extra rules on shit like businesses and homesteads and stuff, which basically make you money without trying. I don't think it has a lot of extra...
Alright, I have an idea. Since we're buying a bunch of survival gear, it probably comes up that we're going to the Green Spires, so I would like for this guy Brunson to introduce us to a dude who is willing to take a trip up to the Green Spires tomorrow.
Sure. Alright.
Cool.
That's fair.
Okay.
So, alright, so everyone gets, well, except Kavis, who is an independent Padawan who needs no Aramaa,
Yes.
to get, let's see here. Well, I know everyone asked for some stim packs. I know I wanted 1. Boots, you wanted 3, right?
Yeah.
And then, Axe, you wanted 2, if I remember correctly?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone gets that. Axe, you get X1 thermal cloak and bodysuit. I get a bodysuit. Boots, you get a bodysuit. Take some time to replace your regular armor lining with it. And then you each get a climbing gear and repulsor unit. I will let you guys know the climbing gear and repulsor units are both E1. And you clones don't have to worry about the bodysuit encumbrance. But the thermal cloak is also E2.
No, they do. That's what we said. That's the bounce.
That's okay.
They have to add the E2 if they want them both. I don't know why you. I don't know. So cost-wise, I don't know why you bought both the body glove and the thermal cloak.
Well, I thought that's what you meant. Like they can replace the lining of the bodysuit with the bodysuit.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about redundancy.
Yeah.
Like, why are you adding all that extra E just to get one extra? It should be either take the thermal cloak and you get two, which actually many of you have them.
Yeah.
Already. But no, it was like, I'm saying, because you were like, oh, shouldn't it then be like an extra mod thing? I'm like, no, there's no extra difficulty, they just have to wear the suits. There were 2 points there. Sorry, I got a little on there. But one was just for them to wear the body glove, there's no extra anything, because you were like, oh, does that mean they have to modify their armor? I'm like, no, not that complex. They still have to take the encumbrance because they're wearing a new thing, but it's not a big deal otherwise.
Alright, well, I guess it's up to them if they want to wear it or not.
And then the second thing was like, I don't know why, because there were a lot of things there. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure I followed it all, but are you saying you got everybody a thermal cloak and a body glove?
No.
Okay.
I bought 3 bodysuits and 1 thermal cloak.
Okay. Alright.
And the thing with the bodysuits is I thought is because they were replacing part of their armor, like the original lining with it, it would just replace what the lining was and not actually increase their encumbrance.
No, they're already down to like E1 in their armor because they're wearing it, so... Listen, I'm pretty light, but I'm not supposed to let you guys get away with just constantly stacking everything.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's up to you guys if you want to wear them or not.
Oh, wow, that's actually...
And I said, I only have the stealth cloak, which only gives me 1 versus black, so I need the body glove if I'm going to be on par with everybody else.
Yeah.
Also, so, actually, that's a good question. Why is it only 1?
Because that's what you said? Because it adds 1 blue to stealth checks, but only removes 1 S due to my environmental factors?
It's not my original notes. My original notes was only that it adds the blue. Did you ask me that and that's what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, I may have been dumb and not know what a thermal cloak does.
I think if I remember correctly, when Lucky got it, you said it's essentially a thermal cloak, but you also get like, didn't it not like add stealth bonuses? It was just a thermal cloak that was just done up.
No, it adds a blue to stealth.
Okay, in which case, yeah,
I may say I may have been a doofus, and it should be 2 because I don't know what a thermal cloak does. Because I gotta be honest, guys, I don't remember what all things do at all times.
Yeah, thermal cloak removes 2.
So in that case, yes, then it should probably just remove 2 because that was always kind of what I was going for.
Okay.
Oh, let me edit that then. No, I don't need a body.
So I'll just get the thermal cloak. Let me just find the description of them.
Also functions as a standard.
Cloak.
Oh wait, it's body glove. That's what it was.
I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sure why the body glove exists. Because it's way shittier than just buying a thermal cloak.
Yeah, I can't say where the body glove is. I assume it's in the armor list, right?
No, it's gear.
Okay,
That's the thing is you can wear it under armor or clothing, I guess. I don't know. Marth hasn't chimed in and said like, oh, it's got a secret rule where it says you can, you're supposed to reduce the encumbrance while you're wearing it or something.
Oh shit! If no one's gonna actually wants them, just not buy them. I guess.
No, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, hang on.
Because I think everybody has that was part of the discussion, right? That everybody has technically a thermal cloak except maybe Camo.
Yeah, and we got him one. So yeah, if that's the case, no, we don't need the body glove. Oh,
Save.
Yeah, save money.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So it would be.
So what did you miss?
We were just discussing whether or not it was worth it to actually buy the body gloves.
So let's see.
Because I don't think anybody's really wearing them.
Minus 4,200.
And that's why I mentioned you because I was like, unless you've got a full note somewhere that I missed that like, oh, they're super light while you wear them, they're kind of shitty.
Okay, so actually, no, the funds go down to. Oh shit! You cannot hear. Can't hear us.
Oh,
I can hear you.
I'm pretty sure somebody came in and talked to him, so he probably scrambled to mute himself physically,
as
opposed to just hitting the mic mute button.
So
intermission time.
So instead,
Lucky's still doing math, so there's...
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear.
All right, there we are.
Found it.
All right, instead we only spent 3,672.
Hey.
So with that, minus...
Yeah, just because I found this in the list, just curious about it. So I found this thing called optical camouflage. What is a mod that gives a skill do if you already have that skill?
It just adds one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's the thing. Mods are crazy good if you can actually pay for them and get them. You can a skill mod means you get +1 in that skill, which is the only way you can go do 6 in a skill. I think is cybernetics or gear that gives you +1.
Cool. That might be something I look into eventually because it's better than the passive foliate suit. So
-3. Why do I keep pushing the wrong buttons?
Is your keyboard off center?
No, I'm using my mouse. That's probably the problem. I should just be using my fucking 10-pin skills here.
Oh wow, that also gives a really good mod. Yeah.
All right, so that means we have 5,228 left in the funds. I'll divide that by 4. That is 1,307. Okay. All right, everyone.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, welcome back.
So what was Omega saying something about
It really doesn't matter. We are so past that. I'm not saying it a third time.
Okay. All I just know is thermal cloak stuff.
Yeah, no. Everyone has a thermal cloak now, and they have sweet-ass climbing gear.
Okay.
And stim packs.
And you've all bought that, so you no longer need to be issued it, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay, your stim packs are all filled up. You brought your rope out of storage. You're probably going to just camp. Are you sure you don't want to, double check for, a tent or anything?
Do you guys want a tent?
Just double checking.
There is the, plasteel tent, which can hold 4.
It's 3 or 4 fucking tents. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, the plast tent, auto-inflated 2-meter tent holds up to 4.
Sure.
Yeah, it only costs
300, rarity 2, E2.
Well, I'm just saying 600 because the rarity bump.
Yeah. And we do have a fusion lantern which can power things and provide heat.
Also, Loth, I've been trying to say this much while Loth, you could take my EMPs because I can't carry. I can't carry all these. So have free replacement EMPs.
I'm pretty sure if I was to get more EMPs, I could just get resupplied while we're at base.
But he can't carry his EMPs. Take them. Don't argue.
Fine.
Free grenades. Throw them at men. Did you literally use all 3 of yours?
He did.
Last session, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Free. They're free.
It's the spider droids.
Okay.
All right.
I pulled the pin with the force.
But yes, so the thing with so there's only 3 types of tent, but still, that's a lot of tents.
I'll just roll for a plast.
The plast tent is probably the best. It is the cheapest. Not the cheapest, but it's the lightest.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a basic tent, which is a camping and survival shelter, but that's E4. I'm gonna guess that's probably enough for 4 people, but it's not special anyway. There's the pup tent, which is very cheap, but that's small, an E3. I'm assuming those are personal.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the portable shelter is also E2.
Oh, a portable survival shelter, that's right.
And it only costs 200, which then becomes
But
400.
wouldn't do anything for temperatures or anything.
It says it's extreme hot/cold.
It's protected from dangerous environments, but it doesn't necessarily remove difficulty. Well, it's up to you. What do you want to... They're both the same.
I'm just going to go with the plasteel.
Let's go with that.
4, so let's see. 4 is what? Hard? No.
This is for 4 people, and we're having a guide on. Should we have the stuff for the guide too?
What guide?
What guide? I don't know.
4 is average.
4 is average, okay. Spinning strain! I spent 4 strain just talking to people.
It's okay, you're going to get a good night's sleep before this.
I hope.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Roll vigilance. You're assassinated in the night. No!
I didn't see this coming!
No, that's 5% off.
I actually have some spare encumbrance room now.
Nice.
I have 3 spare encumbrance, and it's I have literally all of the encumbrance improvement items, so it's I can't.
I have a funny thing if you don't have any other ideas with your advantage.
I don't.
It's I'll throw you in some fire lighters for free, so you can have a couple of fire paste.
Sure.
It's easy, Ro. Because I'm just scrolling through the thing, I'm like, what's cheap? Nothing in survival is low encumbrance.
It's all literally just camping kits.
I wonder how does the fire paste work again? Let me see here.
I need actually look up
self-igniting substance. Oh, there's also the BC7 environmental cocoon. Those are really expensive, though.
You've gone from bodysuit to wearing a cocoon.
Difficulties.
Now let's just start the fires in case we need to make some torches or some weird shit. I don't know.
No, that's E3. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about tents. I was right. There are a lot of fucking tents. There's only 3 things called tent, but there's many, many, many.
There's shelters.
I'm trying to find what a survival pack is because it says the phase 2 armor said it had that. So I was curious what that even is.
So what was this? Class steel times 2.95. So let's see here, 600 times 0.95 is 570. I'll just take that out of my fucking funds. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm looking.
This is just like.
I was hoping to get all the shopping done quicker, but
I thought of it. Yeah, I didn't know it would take this long.
This is the shopping episode.
Well, it's not.
Let's try not to make it.
It's only like an hour and a half, and there was other stuff in there too.
And we'll probably cut it out. We'll probably cut down in editing anyway.
Some of it will.
Yeah.
All right. I still have 2K worth of credits just laying about.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. Let me actually. Oh wait, no, I don't have to worry about the. Oh wait, no, the fucking climbing. Wait.
So, access survival kit in the phase 2 armor incorporates emergency rations, water filtration, microfiber line, and a distress beacon.
Okay.
So it's like a compact version of the crash kit that Boots has.
I don't think it's really a fair. I don't think it's a good trade-off for +3 encumbrance and then a perception bonus. But either or, I can't really do much because I'll probably have to go camouflage on that stuff.
Okay, let me see here. So,
okay.
Thing is.
Oh god, it's the solo thing. Getting to get to that, it would cost over 11k. Holy shit. Ugh.
Yeah, stuff is really expensive in this.
Yep.
And there was only
one of those modifiers. Anyway, I think we got everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got everything? Okay.
I got the encumbrance. I will carry the tent.
Well, you did buy it. It's your tent.
My tent.
I also know I could probably go build that blade.
You sleep.
Yes.
You wake up.
Oh yeah, I'm going to use that Sonata teacher now.
Oh yeah. That's right, you want to do that earlier.
It's overnight.
Yes. So, you roll a thing for that?
Discipline versus 3D.
Okay, roll. Roll the Zion.
Now I must alphabetize my list again!
Oh no, the worst.
I only brought 2 of the demo charges with me.
Okay.
Just to know.
Hello?
Yeah.
We're
just being silent because I don't know. We're waiting for Marth to roll dice, I guess, because he refuses to use the dice roller. I don't know.
Let's see.
Lucky's alphabetizing his list. Nothing's happening.
Yep. Yeah. It's like one of those things that gets to me. It's like I gotta have all my gear in little rows, or I get upset.
I could show you just my entire list of items that I have to get eventually, or just have as an idea possibly.
Oh yeah, I'm also carrying the fusion lantern. Wow, I'm at 14 out of 15. Aramaa is loaded down.
Don't carry anything extra. But that makes sense. You guys are you're literally going mountaineering. You're going rock climbing.
I'm actually carrying less than I normally am.
Well, that's because you did something smart, which was, you built a thing and you made specifically to be I want this to be as light as possible. Which, really, that's, considering because you rolled the success, you were I want this to be as light as it can be and as fast as it can be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically made myself a multi-tool to carry in my belt. See, once I can carry it in my belt.
Wait.
No, it has to be easier. Never
mind. Okay.
Okay, so he succeeded.
Yeah. That means I get 3 ranks in Xenology.
Yeah.
They're probably useful.
How long does that last?
I think if I remember correctly, it lasts for a number of days.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to my thing, check that. Okay, so if you had rank 3 in it for the rest of the session, that was what you wrote down your thing.
Yep. Alright. Okay.
But it does say in the book description about a number of days.
I think in-game Camo is probably like, after a while, we'll probably start pushing, like, we should probably start get going.
Okay.
I said the day's just started. We're waiting on the overnight thing about
Yep.
Marth.
Yeah, I already rolled that, so let's go.
Alright, so,
Get on the riverboat. It probably needs like 5 credits to cover the cost of gas.
Sure.
First, toss him a coin.
A chit.
A chip.
Throw it at them.
He bites it, I'm like, what?
Alrighty then.
He just kept...
Let us be going.
Yar.
Oh no. The pirates are back.
He starts pontooning away.
Again, this planet is literally it's Omega's pirate voice and swamp people.
Yeah.
Listen, I only have so many accents, and unfortunately I can't
the best way to be.
I can't do
Look-like
any of my
taste like
northeastern
swamp.
ones. I'm walking here.
Eventually, we could go to a different
Clam
planet.
chowder.
Yeah.
Act refusing to not get off the, I want to be off this planet.
Alright, so
Spirit.
you boat away.
Whoosh.
It's probably got a decently sized engine, but it's not a big deal. But you guys are weighed down. If you wanted to have any conversations, you can.
Okay.
I'm ready to get to the adventure.
Well, as I said, Aramaa is going through her gear, double-checking things, making sure everything is packed nice and neat in her backpack. Probably has her tent strapped to the side of the backpack. Fusion lantern hangs on the other side of the backpack.
Will be doing the same, doing regular maintenance checks on his blaster rifle and everything else.
Apparently I brought my data pad and books with me. Insider's Guide to Sohaliv.
Nerd!
Don't worry, I put a jog board.
Let's see, I have my synth rope, and oh shoot, I forgot to mention that I have the fire starter in there. It's like, I knew I saw. So basically, Aramaa sees it like laying on the side, and she's like, damn it, and starts unpacking and repacking all over again. Whoops.
I wonder if Camo could help her and just like also tell her some tips of like how you compact things extra hard to make sure you like can hide things in there.
No,
you probably can, but it sounds like Aramaa would just be like, no, but I gotta pack it how I need to pack it.
Fair. Yeah. At least he gives it an attempt.
You know, Camo flashes back to his ARC Trooper training, and he's like, no change of clothes, 1 day of water. Some dirt to rub on your wounds. A knife. Another knife.
A knife for the knife.
More knives.
A broken blaster pistol you have to fix in the field.
Essential commando packing tips. Just 2 knives, nothing else. 1 bottle of water.
A tiny
everything else you
pocket
can
watch.
procure on site. And a pack of cigarettes smuggled in your stomach. Wait.
That's a snake.
Okay.
Alright.
This probably takes, you probably start out maybe like pre-dawnish. Probably takes a couple of hours to get out there. You know, a few straight shot. In the distance you kind of start to see, go from these rolling muddy hills covered by like fields or moss or low shrubs to kind of like, the jungle starts to crop up. Things get a little more angular and blocky, and then just you see these spires scooting on up. You know, just jagged points, squares, tables of land with all the various kind of, you know, jungle growth on them. You know, you get to actually the day is actually pretty low cloud cover. You actually get to see the sun kind of poke gently through the clouds.
Constant wildlife sounds echo in the background.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's like find your ambient jungle noise and like turn it up to 100% volume. What was that? I can't hear you over the jungle.
Oh, listen to the noise of the jungle. What are they saying? They're saying, get the fuck out!
You walk in here, I cut you. That's my place.
What was the quote from President Fowles? Everybody got on the what the fuck was that party line?
Yeah.
Isn't that most like horror movies that are about like jungle expeditions?
There's a lot of noise. All right. So you come to the actual Spires region. You know, the water kind of trails off. It gets a little rocky into like some rapids, and he's like, "Well, we'd be stopping here." You know, lights a little lantern. I will return for you on the dawn of the next day. Yar. And he gently put pontoons away. You have no idea how it only took you a few hours, considering he seemed to be pushing with the pole the entire time. Must have a very quiet engine. All right. So there's a little bit of ground coverage to get up there. There's a little bit of undergrowth. but there's also a lot of rocks and stuff. Some of which appear to be, eroded down off the main body, or, like maybe even rock fallen. Kind of got stuff hither and yon growing through it. Alright, so you have a choice. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to take the Pilgrim's Path, or do you want to take Rogue's Ladder?
I want to take Rogue's Ladder.
Yeah, let's take Rogue's Ladder.
And so the guy said he's going to be coming back tomorrow. And I'm like,
Alright.
Hopefully there won't be any snakes on this ladder.
So, I do have charts for this, which I've screen capped before. So the way they're written, you can kind of do these in like you're doing the leg in sequence, everybody does the leg, it takes the time. But for the sake of, like, the results, you should probably, like, go at one at a time, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, there's 2, I think, important fluff details we need to get out. 1, what's the climb order? And 2, are you basically belay climbing? Like, are you guys clipped to each other, or is everybody free climbing? So if you're unclipped, if you're not all clipped together, you can actually go at your own pace. You don't need to worry about anybody else slowing you down. But if you fall, you fall. If you're clipped together, there will be limits about how much faster you can go. Like if somebody sucks it up at the bottom, or God forbid, somebody sucks it up in the middle, you will all go slower. But if you fall, you don't have to worry about fall damage unless you, like, really fuck up the check somehow. Because you're gonna get caught on the line.
As someone who has experienced fall damage, I go with the ladder option.
Yeah, the belay.
Alright, we'll do belay. Aramaa's leading, though.
Alright, Aramaa's in the lead. Okay.
I'll take the bottom.
Alright, that makes sense. You actually want your stronger climbers at the back, actually. Alright, so Aramaa goes first.
I'll be second, then?
Sounds right.
So the bonus from the climbing gear and
the climbing gear has no bonus, and I won't. It just allows you to make the check without any extra difficulty.
Okay, then the other thing was...
Repulsor reduces the difficulty by 2.
By 2, yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which will be pretty good, because this is normally a hard athletics, so it becomes an easy athletics. So Aramaa, roll me first, with any bonuses you may have for athletics stuff.
Let's see here.
This is only the first check, so I'll wait to see if I want to... We're not even 2 hours in, I'll wait to see if I want to start spending my destiny pool of much yet.
I'll probably go over more than this one, honestly.
Alright, let me see here. So, athletics, I believe that's it.
Okay.
Force die saving my butt. Let's spend both of those on successes.
Okay. So do you have the chart handy, or do I need to go back and find it?
Please, if you would. I do not have it
deep
handy.
in there.
Okay, so with... How does that work? Has embed in Secret Table.
I'm sorry, my chest is so huge, it just pushes me off the rock.
So, like...
You don't understand, I've got buoyancy to help me with this.
Okay, so embedded
And a cushioned landing.
Rock repulsing chest, yes. My chest clearly has deflection 5 on it.
No, so I
If
will
only-
not call my tits, I
only.
need it for climbing.
And jump to present.
Whooshy whoosh.
Okay, well, you rolled success with advantage, so let's show the advantage chart. So basically, you probably shouldn't waste it on the strain thing yet, because it's done. So most efficient would probably be the 2 that everybody gets a boost on this leg, as opposed to just the next person.
Yeah.
But you can also do safety, or you can make it take less time.
Let's blaze a trail. Find a convenient handhold to pass and leave the markers or tools. So everyone after me gets a boost.
Okay.
Cool.
So Kavis rolls next. You had a boost.
Yes, and I'm using my force power enhance for this. Okay.
Oh,
I can't really do any faster than Aramaa, so I'm just going to give all those things into advantage.
Alright, that's a lot of advantage.
That's a lot.
Takes on 25% less time.
Well, he's got 6, so he's got to way up to the 3s.
Yeah, he can.
Okay, what would be what would be a good thing?
I don't know. They're all good.
Honestly, I would say a particularly good vantage point, blue to all perception and vigilance.
Yeah, so I'll put 3 on that one, and then let's see here.
And honestly, let's see here.
And then I'll say, Well, the other guys don't really have the force to help them out.
Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be hard for them either. They also have pulls for things.
Yeah.
But
Or we can do remove the spares.
Threats.
Yeah,
Threats.
if you do the third one, so if they remove any weird threat, they.
Well, that would only be one character, so you pick an ally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or you find.
Here's the thing: you guys probably aren't likely to take a lot of strain.
Right. Is there. Right.
You can also do like generic stuff if you think of it. This is flavorful specific stuff.
Okay.
And also, don't forget, since this is athletics, Axe and I roll extra dice. Or
Yeah,
extra
so
boost
we're
die.
rolling 3 boosts.
Okay, I'm probably going to give, like... Can I actually just pick the climb is particularly efficient, so I can actually point out what Aramaa can do?
Yeah, you can make the leg overall take less time.
Yeah, I'll do that then. So that's 5, then I guess just the next person boosts.
It's a boost, okay.
Hey, it's me now.
Alright, so you
Dude's
get
gonna be.
one boost from Aramaa, you get another boost from Kavis.
Oh,
So 4
it's all a
boosts.
boost die.
4 boosts.
Boost!
But you
Actually,
also
for
have a
me-
boost dice, so...
Everything's like except for the purple.
Let's go!
A lot of success.
Just like the simulations.
I mean, we've seen what clone simulations look like. There was definitely some goddamn free climbing in there.
Yeah.
Well, I can't follow up again with what Lucky does, so...
So the 25%, by the way, when it says you can only activate this once, that's per character.
Yeah.
Oh, just do that again, I guess.
Oh, per character? Okay, yeah, in which case I'll do that as well.
So, we actually can make it by the end of the day.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
You're already at 50% time. Basically,
Alright.
the way I think this works is Aramaa blazes a trail, and then you guys are like, oh, this is easy to follow,
Yes.
and just scooch up fast.
Alright, let's see. So this will be easy. My turn now?
Right.
You're the last.
Wow.
Well, you get the other way. Knowing
Wait a
you,
second.
You probably want
Freshwater, plants, and fungus.
the
Make a game.
advantage. The vantage point.
I only have 1 rank in athletics, but...
The vantage point.
Yeah.
Again, these
Okay.
are only these are per character, so
Okay.
unless
Yeah.
it says allies, so only Kavis gets the magical blue die on perception of vigilance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll take
Unless
that
you
then.
pick that, yeah. That's what I'm
I'll
saying.
take that then, and then I also probably...
Also go for 25%?
Yeah, also 25%. I guess we're like really just cutting it in half. Or 75%.
Alright. Okay, that's everybody. So this is a really quick, and honestly pretty bracing climb. Nobody has any difficulty. The repulsor units make this way easier than it should be. You're basically like repulsor lining from rock to rock to ledge. You're like, oh, this is actually pretty easy. And it's a very because you're mechanical assisted. It's a very quick climb straight up. You're like, oh, this is nice.
Cool.
All right. So you arrive at.
Just random climber up.
That's not how you do it!
Well, if you were competing for an Olympic medal, which, by the way, is the thing they used to do. They used to give Olympic medals for mountain climbing. It probably wouldn't count, but you're fine. So first up, you arrive at an area, which is literally called the rest area. You enter a natural long square cut cave. So there's a big indent, several meters deep. You see basically the top of the pilgrim's path as you get here. This only took 75% of the time, so this was probably honestly, you probably got this down from like a 2-hour climb to like a. Actually, that's a good point. Let's say that it's like 2 hours by default per leg. So you cut a 2-hour climb down to a 30-minute climb. You cut a very brisk climb up there because 2 of you are clones that are like, dude, we literally lived nothing but PT, and the other 2 are using the Force.
Which is equivalent to like lifetime of training.
Hey man, the Force knows where to put your hands. So this
It
is
also
the rest
makes
area.
you grip tighter than you should be able to.
There's a lovely kind of, there's no railing or anything, but there's a lovely kind of offset where you can like look out there. You can look out at the hills. You can look back towards the green spires. There's a fire pit here. There's several stone cut benches. There's some logs. And there's a lot of like little shelter in here. You guys kind of come out, you take a relax, and you realize for free that you're not alone. Gathered around the fire pit, there is a cluster of what looks like maybe half a dozen aliens. You think they might be Trandoshans?
Oh. Okay.
They got a little fire pit roasting. They're roasting a space chicken or something. They're kind of muttering back and forth. And
right.
I'm gonna guess the Trandoshan language is Trandosha.
Yeah,
I guess.
These are the lizard guys, right?
Yeah. Yes. Like Bosk.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I think
give a respectful incline of the head towards them.
Yeah.
Howdy. Wait.
I don't know if I speak Trandosha.
That's languages are up to you.
I speak basic.
I'm supposed to be a diplomat, sure. Yeah, I can speak Trandosha. Do I know anything about Trandoshans, though?
That would be Xenology.
Okay, I could roll it.
Well, no, I'm asking if I know anything. Not if
oh,
you know.
right.
Yeah, Trandoshans are a pretty known species. Probably make that an average Xenology check. You want to remember what you know about Trandoshans?
Very good. No.
Huh.
You don't remember anything about Trandoshan biology or culture off the top of your head. You didn't roll threat, so you don't get bad intel. You think you remember they've got something going on with the Wookiees. They and the Wookiees don't get along. But otherwise, tactical information, you think that they're mostly mercenary or self-supporters. Like, their governance doesn't necessarily fall on any one side of this conflict.
Okay. Well, I wonder what they're doing here.
One of you said howdy, so one of them actually stands up, and he's, so the rest of the Trandoshans look like kind of like that stock image I got from Wikipedia. Like, they've got, like, their weird bright orange hunting jumpsuits on. They've got some rifle-y looking or shotgun-y looking things. They've got some claws. They maybe got a big knife.
Big knife.
Because they look like hunters and outdoorsmen. But one of them actually stands up. Actually, hold on, is that right for this?
I'd also just out of character like to remind everyone else here that if I remember correctly, in the briefing document we were given at the very beginning, there's been talks about Trandoshan mercenaries.
Yeah.
Now, it'll probably be spacist of me to assume that it's these guys, but...
So he's not quite this dapper, but spiritually.
That's special.
So one of them stands up. He's got kind of a... It's either like a cyber monocle or he's got a cybernetic eye. He's got a bit of it looks like he walks a bit with a bit of a limp, got a cane, but he's very well dressed. Very, it's got some some flexibility to it, like
Okay.
Like think like Sir Hammerlock a little bit.
Okay.
From Borderlands, like nice zip up vest, got a hat, got a monocle or a cyber eye monocle, and he's a reptile, so he doesn't have facial hair, but maybe the animators gave him a slightly mustachioed thing, but he's like
scale build.
He's like, hello, strangers.
Stranger.
He's got a bit of a snake talk, yes.
Snake talk.
Pleasure to meet you. Let me introduce myself. I am Radamus. With 3 S's, everybody.
Oh, no.
Of course.
Radamus. These are my lads.
They
Come,
all
sit by
end
the
with
fire.
S.
Come.
I guess I'll turn to Aramaa and be like, I wouldn't say anything, but just basically gesturing, it's your call.
Wow.
Blank
Oh,
clone face.
Yep, blank clone face behind the helmet. Just
The
slow
ultimate
helmet
poker
turn.
face clone helmet.
That could be an image.
So yes, I will, Aramaa will take up the invitation and sit by their fire.
The lads don't seem to do much for talking, but they just kind of each other. Radmus, if you don't say anything to him, will probably be like, at first will probably be like, so what brings you out here, traveler?
Aramaa will, just look back to her boys and to the group, and it's like, we're just investigating some wildlife concerns is all.
We are here for similar things. As you know, we Trandoshans are mighty hunters. He kind of shakes a leg a little bit. I'm getting a little bit long in my teeth, but my regeneration is not as good as it used to be. But we I have taken the boys out. We are out for a little bit of an exploration. You know, strong wildlife, good scores here on Sohelev. Yes, Sohelev.
I see.
We have heard the rumors of this place, and I've decided to challenge the Spires. They kind of, rada behind him. Rada.
Rabble.
Well, it's actually, it's called Walla Walla, I believe, but that's what they call it in filmmaking. When you want to make crowd noises, literally you get a couple extras or people in the props department and just make Walla Walla noises in the back. But yeah, so they kind of wash. They kind of hiss and gargle in agreement, gnash some teeth. So you are climbing all the way up?
We plan to. Like I said, there's something disturbing the local wildlife, pushing things out of its territory. We're trying to get an eye on it.
Yes, it is not good when the wildlife is so strange.
Yeah. Could be a big one moved in. We don't know.
It's like
big one. Yes. They smile with big, sharp, pointy teeth.
Again.
It's like, I'll ask them, have you or your lads seen anything unusual of late?
No, we have been exploring the low levels. There's not much here right now. Some creatures come down to hunt, but yeah, nothing unusual, I think. He kind of checks you, they kind of nod and whatever. But strangers, I have a proposition for you. He kind of taps one of the bigger boys with his cane on his side and kind of like, I think the boys are being a little bit lazy. I am quite well off in my business. He kind of pulls his lapels. I would like to make a bet with you, stranger. One that will motivate the boys. Yes. We are.
Yes.
It will take some time, but we are going all the way to the top. Yes. I would bet you 10,000 credits that we can make it there before you. A simple wager, whether or not you can beat me up. There is no need to repay in kind. It is merely a wager. And some of the Trandoshans have slightly concerned lizard faces, and he just kind of like,
oh,
shush. Like, one of them maybe like says something. He like boops him on the snoot, and he's just like, shh. I tell you, you are lazy. If you do not want to lose 10,000 credits, you should climb faster. Climb faster for you, old man. Chuckle.
I don't know why.
Basically, he's offering. I know you guys are mesmerized when I do voices, and this guy has a special one. Because he's a lizardman.
Great.
I'm more just trying to
state your first name, last name, and occupation. Lizardman, and Lizardman. So, but yeah, basically, he's like, it's not like a reciprocal bet, like, oh, if we beat you up, you owe me 10,000. But it's like he's trying to motivate his little pack boys to climb faster. So, do you want to take the bet? I am
literally picturing all of his boys climbing up, but they're all harnessed together, and he's just in a chair, pulled by ropes as they're all climbing.
Possibly. He does have a cane, though he does have, as a Trandoshan, he has, 3 other clawed limbs, so maybe it's just when he walks by pedal.
Okay.
Well, I'll look back to my boys and be like, boys, what do you think? If these Trandoshans are run for their money? Literally?
Thumbs up.
I believe so.
Good motivator for me as well, boss.
I was like, well, my boys seem up to it.
Yes.
I see nothing wrong with a little healthy competition.
Then let us shake on it. He holds out a scaly hand.
We'll go to shake one of the other guy's hands as well, as a friendly gesture.
Oh my goodness. Aramaa will remove one of her gloves and shake it as well.
Alright, what's your brawn?
2.
Okay, his grip's a little bit sturdier than yours, but not much. A little bit.
Okay.
Very good. Alright, well then, why don't we get started? You came up very fast. But you do not seem to be winded. Do you need a break, or should we begin immediately?
No, the sooner we get to the top, the sooner we get to the top, the sooner we can get everything done.
Excellent. Yeah, so if you guys had strain from this last check, you could basically take a break here, but you don't need to. So he's like, he kind of chuffs his boy along. He's like, all right, let's get going, man. Yes. All right, so the next leg is the vertical jungle.
That sounds fun.
This involves most of the terrain of the Green Spires. Sections of the plateau, outer shell, and face which are overgrown, covered in a unique variety of flora, which include L trees, creeping lamp vines, the parasitic Ramna tree, lichen bark, whatever.
Parasitic what tree?
Ramna. With an R and an H and an M-A. It's a proper noun. I got fluff. Everywhere you go, there's fluff. They're parasitic trees that are to other trees. Like, don't worry about, like, brain slugs. It's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so, normally this would be another hard, because it's, it's still a straight vertical climb, but you do add a boost die because there's a lot of plentiful handholds because there's a lot of greenery growing here.
Okay.
So you have an opportunity to reassess the climbing order. Do you want to?
Well, we're going to want to go for speed, and as I've learned, our clone boys seem to be real good at this shit.
Yes. So let's put one of them in front.
Yeah.
I'm the meat shield. I'll go first.
Sure.
Right.
Why not?
Sure.
I was wondering if you just wanted to reverse the order, but okay. So it's Boots, Camo. Who's third?
Aramaa will go third.
I'll
then
be
Kavis is
bored.
So Kavis is the one that's going to get picked off by the swamp thing. Got it.
He's got
Oh,
the
the
four.
swamp-
And basically, it's probably it. Honestly, you talk about the Trandoshans all being linked together. They don't bother with that. They're just like whoop and just clunk, 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 clunk. They got sharp
themselves.
claws. They just start scrabbling up there.
Oh,
All right,
neat.
so off starter.
All right,
project?
so this is normally hard. You would reduce the difficulty by 2. I think this time I will though spend a dark side pip because the pressure is on. The competition is good. This is a very dramatic moment, so we'll upgrade that one perk to a red.
Okay, so now we have two.
But that's only for his check though, because that's how that works. I have to spend one for each.
Okay.
So, time to roll. Let's see what I get. Hey!
There it is. There's the money. Okay.
But it doesn't fail.
Hey-o.
So you've got
That's-
3 advantage to break up. I believe you spend those
Get
before
the
I do.
despair one. Get the table for that.
Well, I spend that, so
Scrolling up.
Okay.
I get it. You can look at it.
we don't
but
need
I
that
can't
table.
pick it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not looking at the specs, I'm looking at advantages.
Yeah, it's right there.
I guess I got 3 advantage.
I guess what I'll do is all allies will gain a boost. I'll spend 2 for that.
You
And
don't
then
want to make this take less time?
well, I'd rather you guys get boost die for this
Okay.
at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah, if we get boost, we might get more advantage, so we can
Yeah.
reduce the time.
More chance of getting advantage. It's a long-term play. So yeah, everyone gets a boost, and then I'll spend the last one on assisting someone.
Okay, whoever
So
goes
I
next.
guess
okay.
I'll do it. Take it. So I get.
Okay, so I've got a
Oh,
despair.
we gotta wait for got the despair to do it.
I'm gonna go with misfortune strikes with an exclamation point. A bridge collapses, trees uproot, or a large section of cliff breaks away. So Boots goes up. He's going pretty fast. He's clearly marking the path and all that and everything. It's going great. And then you step on a tree wrong and just a whole a good few meters of worth of trees just break loose under your body weight. Maybe they were a little old and just plummet down below you. One of which actually cuts the line between you. So you are separated from the party. This leg, by default, takes 50% longer than normal, as basically everybody has to go around to meet up with you, because they're separated, and they cannot follow you. Everybody after that upgrades the difficulty of all checks to traverse this leg after you once.
Okay.
Okay.
As basically just, there's a huge, chain reaction of collapses.
So that's one of the worst ones for this entire situation. Okay, perfect for you.
Well, that's why I picked it. So my options were, one of them I couldn't do because you have to fail to do it. That's you fall.
Yeah.
One is you destroy a piece of equipment, which I could be like, haha, fuck your repulsors, but I'm like, nah, that's not fun. You're only the first one. The other is you take a critical injury. So I decided to do the funny thing and basically, so you're separated, your line is severed, you're cut off from everybody else, and they have a harder trek after you.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll roll
however,
that
you still get his boost dice because before that happens, he's actually cut a marked trail and kind of thing.
So we're all rolling reds now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody after him rolls 1 red.
Okay.
Whoa, buddy. You're not in order. Don't roll that check. You don't know what your boost dice are yet.
Sorry.
Take that back.
So I get to roll 4.
He was trying to write something.
What?
Sorry.
That's okay. You're trying to jot it down, but it rolled. Alright.
Well, main thing what I was trying to do was, I think, write down something on one of my messages so I could just look up and see what the threat or advantage showed up there.
I think it should be this for me. There you go.
You do pretty good.
All right, so I think I'm gonna because we need to. I'm gonna make this 25% less time.
Solid.
And now, can I give more boosts so everyone has 2 boosts from this point?
Yeah. You could, because that makes narrative sense. You have to blaze a new trail, basically. You're now the leader.
Yeah. He's the leader. So take that. So then you guys get 2 extra boosts. So if okay.
Alright, so next is Aramaa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's y-y-r-b-b-f-f.
So now it only takes 25% more than normal.
So you can eat the threat with your advantages.
I got a lot of blank faces there.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Yep. So I'll just negate the threat.
All right, you have a perfectly normal climb.
Mm-hmm.
You probably would be stressed, but you draw on the force for guidance and stamina.
Okay, now we just need Marth to possibly roll up well enough to balance out our timing.
Roll a triumph like you always do.
I'm just rolling on this one, so it's just a singular boost.
No,
you get it. You get 2.
2. Okay.
That happened twice.
Okay. So, happened twice? So, 2 blues?
Yeah, 2 blues.
Yep.
Okay, so 2 blues total.
You got that triumph.
And then get the 2, then use the force for the 2 advantage to make it fast enough where we don't lose any time.
Axe, let him pick his options.
Sorry.
Let me pick my own options.
Axe is getting stressed.
He is.
He's worried about the time, even though you lose nothing if you lose, other than some Trandoshans will laugh at you.
Oh wow, those triumph ones are pretty good.
Oh no, everything should be really good.
I have to open up that. Oh, there it is again.
Okay, I'll do the master shortcut.
Okay. So that takes 50% time, and everybody would heal 3 strength.
3 strength if anyone had any, and then I'll do the 2 light.
Did we just cut it by 75%?
And then do the 25%.
Well, only 20. Okay, yeah. Now you take it by 50% off. So basically, Kavis spots a shortcut and basically gets you to shift over. Basically.
Oh, he negated basically the despair.
He negates the despair with the triumph, and then you get combined with him and Camo because you didn't roll any advantage. You guys get a total of 50% down. So you make up all the time that you lost and still shave off 50%. So it only takes you an hour to take this leg. Sweet. You do have to double back though to meet Boots because he gets separated and basically has to climb in parallel.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are all together.
Yeah.
So like I said, this is the vertical jungle section. You're climbing. You're cutting through trees. It looks like any wildlife that may have given you a hard time was scared off by that temporary collapse.
Hey.
So that's good.
Everyone's on the what the fuck party line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you come up to a big ledge, and you come up to basically the outcast village.
Oh, okay.
So there's a natural stone. Okay. There's another natural stone cut or recess, and basically this is kind of where the jungle level starts to fade away, and it becomes less trees and more shrubs and vines and stuff. The actual cover gets less. And you're in just It really resembles any kind of Andean village or Pueblo rock cut stuff.
Oh, okay.
It looks like there's a mixture of semi-permanent tents, huts, and a few cave dwellings and houses. However, as you're looking around, it looks like this place something must have happened here lately. You find actually there's nobody walking around. There's no signs of life. There's damage markings on the buildings, and there actually appear to be a couple of skeletons here.
Wait, is this place completely abandoned?
At least at first glance.
Okay.
No, it's time to investigate.
By the way, I should note, this is the end of the advantage bonus has passed because this is after the end of the next leg. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna call up my boys. It's less important now. But where are the Trandoshans?
I'm gonna assume that they basically probably take the default time, so they take 2 hours flat. So you're an hour ahead of them.
Okay.
Well, let's get an investigation done.
Yeah, we got time.
Let's go. Let's take a walk around the village.
Yeah.
Perception checks.
All right. You are scoping out the village?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Do I want you to roll separately? Yeah, sure, I guess. Everybody roll average perception.
3 perception.
We're breaking up a little bit.
Wow.
What the?
Wait a second.
Just threat.
Threat all around.
Axe
Okay.
got no successful threats or failures. 1 threat, 1 triumph.
That's
Okay. So everybody who rolled like
so 3 6.
Did everybody get at least 1 threat?
Yeah.
Okay, you all
Yep.
take a strain. Corpses.
No.
Dead people.
It's
It's just a little stressful up here. Your heart rate picks up a little. You feel a little like tick, tick, tick. Like.
Yeah.
I guess because we weren't expecting it. Like, wait a
Good.
second.
So you're wandering around, and then you find some small supplies in here. Like they've got stores of food and stuff and things that are not despoiled. So it doesn't look like they were raided per se. I need more bookmarks in my fucking notes for character names. Anyway, but while you're kind of minding your own business, looking around, did anybody succeed us? Who succeeded us?
I know we got 2
Marth and I
I
succeeded
think
from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Hanger.
All right. So, your general conclusion appears to be that this happened some time ago. You're gonna say probably the past couple of weeks, maybe?
Weeks.
Yeah,
That was the
recently.
report.
Look, judging by some of the skeletons or partially mummified bodies or whatever, it looks like they were killed with weapons. Like, some of them have, obvious injuries to, like, center of mass or skull.
I guess two.
This probably
guess two
takes
to-
you,
Under the-
a cursory examination probably takes you 10 to 15 minutes, because you'd guess that there's enough settlements here for maybe slightly somewhere upwards of 100, 120 people. An actual enough to be called a small village.
Okay.
There's not that many bodies, but there's enough space up here.
Okay.
So with the triumph, but with a failed check, I think I know what happens to Camo, though. So Camo, you're kind of poking around, you're poking through buildings, you pull aside a curtain. Do you have your gun out? Are you doing that thing?
I'll have the
Like
the-
pistol
Yeah.
first? Alright, and just kind of in your pistol lights, all of a sudden you see a figure. And they just kind of hold up their hands and like, whoa, don't shoot.
happened
Sounds kind of
there?
soft-spoken, maybe a hint of an accent in their basic. But it looks to be a female. It's a humanoid with blue skin. And she's dressed probably dressed kind of like how your Jedi buddies are, in the sense that, like, she's, like, some kind of, like, practical gear. Got some climbing shit on there. Got a lamp clipped to her belt, all that kind of stuff. Whoa. Don't shoot. I feel like this character's nasally. I need to, like, maybe pinch the bridge of my nose slightly. She has a slightly up here nasal voice.
Do you know what happened here?
No. I just got here myself. Who are you? Are you she kind of, like, puts a hand over, lowers one of her hands to, like, shield her eyes because you're standing in a doorway and, like, are you a clone trooper?
Something like that. I think I move my hand out of the doorway to possibly wave people over if they see it.
All right. You're waved over.
Calmly.
Yeah, it's like I
Okay.
found someone.
Whoop. Circle wipe.
It's like, do you still have the gun pointed at her?
No, but I'm still holding it.
He knows he's fast enough.
Yeah.
Let me see. Aramaa will, I guess, enter and appraise the woman.
You're in kind of a weird stone cut hut thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I made a Ben Swallow joke in chat, but it's actually probably kind of like those buildings from The Last Jedi, like inside.
Okay.
Stone cut floor. There's a rug. There's a pit for a fire. There's some logs, some petrified logs as benches. And she's just like, hey. Sorry, hold on. New NPC, need to find the voice. I gotta try really hard not to do my snake thing. I gotta fight the snake.
Fight the snake.
She's just
Suddenly
kind
a pirate.
she's kind of soft spoken. Got kind of like
damn it.
like, I don't know, almost like a, what do I want to call it? Space hoodie? Yeah. Like, she's got like an all weather hood, like long woolly sleeves, like it's probably maybe a little thick for Sohaliv, but I guess she's doing all right. But kind of got a hood over there, rugged mountaineering gear, and she's just kind of like, she kind of lowers her hands after a while. It's just like, so what did you ask again? Like, do you know what happened here or something?
Yeah, do you know, like, what actually happened?
She's like, no, I just got here.
Well, Aramaa will just like, what is your name?
I'm called Tash.
Hello, Tash. I'm the Jedi, Aramaa. These are my boys. That's Boots, the one who had the gun on you is Camo. And this one, the Padawan, he's known as Kavis. We're up climbing the Spires doing an investigation.
Nice to meet you all. Well, it's funny. I'm kind of doing the same thing myself. I'm a little bit of a, I guess, adventurer would be the word. Traveler, exploring. I've heard and even seen there's some unusual ruins on Sohaliv. So I've been checking out some of them. I've heard there's some interesting formations up here. There's supposed to be a village here, but as you can see, all these people are dead and have been for some time. He probably gestures in the corner where there's like a skeleton in a blanket skeleton.
Oh no!
I see. We were quite surprised to see this happen too. How long have you been here, Tosh?
She like pops open her wrist chrono and is like, I actually started my climb in the small hours of the morning. It's a little bit slow going by myself. I've been here, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours, just checking over, wondering if maybe I should, make camp here or move on.
Have you found anything that might lead you to understand what may have happened here? It looks like there was an attack of some sort.
Yeah, it seems that kind of way to myself. Some of these, I'm not, I just know a little first aid for myself. Some of these people seem injured or killed. Weapons, maybe? I've heard that some of these people are criminals, basically, so maybe they had a fight, but then where did everybody else go? She kind of shrugs. I can't say.
Actually, that's a good question. Does the number of well, actually, that probably takes some time, but does the number of bodies actually like match up with the number of dwellings?
Well, remember I said this place should be transient, since some of you did succeed.
Oh, yeah, I guess so people, like, come and
you don't
go.
necessarily know if, like, the number of dwellings is, that's, like, Mac occupancy? Ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't say that right. Nobody did a survey before you got here, so you wouldn't be able to tell. True. You could probably, you could either make I guess, Knowledge Edge would be the good base for that, unless you want to spin some other skill to, like, guesstimate, like, are there enough corpses this was a viable population? You could also do, I guess, Survival would be the skill to, like, look for tracks. Were there any people here who, like, came in or left?
I can do that. And, like...
That's all gonna use up more time. Well, Knowledge won't use up any time. That's just, do I remember?
Okay.
Survival would.
Okay.
Question, if I was looking for anything that, like, was possibly, like, droid... Like, any evidence of there being droids around, what would I have to look for?
That would still be survival, or maybe knowledge warfare, if you were, like, looking for droid tactics.
Alright.
Honestly, we got time, so...
I'm probably going to look into the, like, education.
Alright, you're gonna use your brains.
Kavis, like, give me some, like, population.
Alright,
Camo, go and see... Camo, go see if you see anything like droid tracks, or some increased food traffic, anything.
On a general.
Okay,
Boots.
If you're looking for Boots or something to do, he has medicine. Field autopsy.
Examine the body.
I'm about to say.
Difficulty, let's go with... let's bump it up to hard because of the time has passed, but otherwise it's not difficult. I would say average normally, but I'll say hard because it's you got wear and tear.
And Boots, take a look at some of the wounds on some of these bodies. See if you can give me an idea of what actually happened to them.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa.
Successful with a lot of threat. Huh. Interesting.
Okay.
Hold on. Was that Loth really quick?
Would my roll also be hard? I am examining corpses.
Okay, well here's a good question. Are you trying to do it fast? Like, is this real down and dirty medicine, or are you gonna suck up however long it takes to get your info?
I will be taking my time.
Okay, then that's average. You're not doing a full blown forensic battery. You're just doing what you got with the tools you got. Okay, success but with threat. So in your estimation, looking at just general population density or whatever, the number of corpses, reasonably assuming that maybe wear and tear or maybe carrying units have picked off some of them, or picked the bones clean at least, you'd guess that, maybe this is about right. you rolled some threat, so your knowledge may be a little suspect, but you're like, maybe this is the right amount. It certainly is a viable population for this place, since that's kind of what you were going for at the core, but really, just because everybody's mostly down to, like, skeletons and like I said, like, dry air mummies. Actually, it wouldn't even really be that dry. Soul Live is humid as fuck, so, like, it just the wear and tear makes it hard to be like, did they have enough population to survive, or were they keeping their food kind of stuff? But in general, you're like, I think this was a serviceable. Let's say that they were based on your success, they were at about half occupancy max.
Okay.
Several dozen.
So, like, in the double digits.
Okay, I'll just say serviceable, half occupant, not 100% sure.
Okay. Boots, really basic. Yes, these people died with violence. You're gonna guess ranged weapons. You cannot tell if they were... There's so much wear and tear on these bodies, and it's been so long that you can't tell if they were solid projectile or energy, though. Like, any signs of, like, burns versus physical trauma is gone. Alright, and Mr. 3 advantages. So you cannot... there are a lot of tracks around here. There's tracks of people. There's tracks of animals. You'd guess, like I told Kavis, there have been some animals have come to check out the settlement. Probably not because they're super interested, because it was a human settlement, but enough to be like, sometimes you're hungry, So they are actually, some muddled. You don't see any signs of, like, a force, especially not of droids or anything moving through here, but it's really hard to tell. You guess that anything that's a couple weeks old is probably washed away by now and then gone back or been blown away. It's very confusing. But you're reasonably certain, at least with those advantages, you can quickly come to this conclusion, you're reasonably certain that there was not any, like, mechanized presence here. Because droids would, they might leave sharper footprints that might last longer. If there were, like, climbing droids, they'd leave, like, markings.
Yeah.
You don't see any signs of that.
There might be
this probably takes you another... Those of you who do physical stuff, this probably takes you another 15 minutes, so you're only got a 30-minute lead now.
Okay.
Try to get going after this. See if we can find anything more higher up.
Oh, yeah, looking at the base thing. But so it doesn't look any droids. Could have been some self-conflict? Conflict inside the camp? Maybe? Or did a criminal come up here who just had a fucking murder boner? Tosh said she's only been here a couple hours. Looking at her, I'm not inclined to disagree with that for some odd reason.
Other than, like I said, she looks like an off-worlder.
Yeah.
Whatever species she is, you don't get a beat on it. But it doesn't seem like it's one of the majorities in Solo. It's not a common one. And like I said, she's got all the right gear, but she looks maybe a little overdressed for the climate. Yeah,
as I said, she probably is, like, here just to adventure, poke stuff, and maybe make up with a couple trinkets if she can.
I suppose... What do you... Oh, shit. God, that's right. This is always the problem. So, opposing deception is discipline, but what's a good, like, empathy? Like, if you wanted to read a person, I guess that's just perception, or maybe vigilance.
Yeah, thanks for very perception.
I could do vigilance, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Roll me an average vigilance to see, like, does she set off any alarm bells?
Yeah, I guess
that's probably good, because you're I believe you're spending these 15 minutes basically standing around talking to her, probably?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Okay.
You're gonna triumph. So success, you're pretty sure, because it was technically vigilance, not discipline, but still, you're pretty sure nothing she said to you is an outright lie. I will say with vigilance, you do notice that she seems, considering you guys all took strength, she seems remarkably okay with all these dead people.
Was she armed that I could see in any way?
Yeah, she's probably got like a standard issue blaster pistol of some kind at her side. Well, and she's got some, she's got a pack or ruck with some gear and stuff strapped to it. You don't know, she might have a knife in there or something.
Yeah, okay, so she's probably not unaccustomed to danger. Might be an action scientist.
Might be Space Lara Croft.
I'm gonna stick to my main outset of she's probably just here to find some ruins, get some loot, and find something interesting. But Yeah, well, I'll ask her what her Aramaa will just ask what are your plans after this? She can continue climbing, or is she gonna make her way back down?
I was actually debating that myself. I suppose it would be best for me to continue my climb, just to keep going. I've got enough supplies for the day. Are you continuing to go up?
Yes, we still need to find out what's been spooking on the local wildlife.
She kind of tilts her hooded head at you and is like, "Oh, wildlife spook? I suppose I might have heard some rumors to that effect. I mostly just heard that they're supposed to be ruins or at least natural structures buried up a little further up."
Oh, really? I have not heard that. Interesting.
That's what the rumors say anyway, along with all the ghost stories and stuff. But this is probably the spookiest thing out here. She kind of gestures. She gestures at a nearby fire pit filled with a skeleton. You can't tell if he's laughing or screaming in pain.
Oh. Must have been someone's uncle. So, yeah, I was like, well, as I said, I don't think we're going to necessarily find anything else here. I think we probably covered all our bases, so we'll probably continue our sign up, especially if you said there's, might be some ruins up front. That's always interesting. Well, as I said, we have, we're a bit of a competition with a group of Trandoshans, but if you wish, you can always travel with us.
Well, kind of, maybe rolls a shoulder and kind of makes a median gesture. Is like, well, I don't know if I can keep up if you're rushing, but I can certainly hold my own. Though the next bit, you might not need to worry so much about rushing.
We'll see, but come. Join us. As I said, it's just a friendly competition.
Yeah.
So...
Alright, you guys are going to sit on your next leg?
Yep, whistle for the boys. Make everyone do a gear check. Make sure the line is secure. We probably have to cut some of the rope and reattach it after the last bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Reseal it.
So, here's the next section.
Mm-hmm.
This is known as the Web. This is a series of rock bridges, ropeways, and zip lines, as well as naturally occurring trees, vines, etc., which branch between several rock pillars, mesas, and plateaus.
Oh, sweet.
This is not an overly difficult climb, but it's more gradual, and it's because otherwise your opportunity is like, well, let's just climb some sheer rock faces.
Right.
But it does involve a lot of balancing and narrow paths, so this will actually be a hard coordination check.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Alrighty.
At least I get a setback for this. Better come up. It's not.
It could come up, but yeah.
I'll be rolling a yellow and 3 greens on this, so we'll see.
Alright, so, do you want to continue your marching order in the same?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll go first, I guess.
Well, that's not the same.
Actually, Bob, you want to go first then?
Okay. Well, I was going to say, if you wanted to swap, we could, but...
I'm considering
you've swapped every time before now. Why not swap this time?
Yeah.
Alright, screw it. Aramaa's going first and you can't stop.
Alright, Aramaa goes first. Yeah. I believe she has the enhance for this, too.
Yes, she does.
I'll go last.
You're gonna need that? I think you're gonna have to...
Ooh. Well, okay, so, obviously failure's not necessarily, bad. It's just that she doesn't progress the leg, so...
Well, as if I'm gonna tap into the dark side, I might as well tap in all... Because I don't want to fail. Because
we have
clearly...
2 life type points, right?
1.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 2. That's right.
We only
I
have
flipped
1?
That's right.
Yeah.
You started with 1 and then I flipped 1.
Yeah. I'm gonna flip it because...
Go.
Goddamn.
So
Force dice.
It's
Why?
back to 1
Why you do
5.
this to me?
And just make it 1 success, I guess.
Hang on. Okay.
So do you want to just make that basic success?
Yeah, basically just 1 success. And I'm up to 4 strain. And 3 conflicts.
Why are you at 4 strain?
I took a strain earlier for something. I can't remember what.
Well, you took them for congenial, but you should have wiped those away because you rested.
No. Wasn't there a thing where we all got a single threat and we all took a strain?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's one of them.
Yeah. From the village.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a strain for each pip. That's right. Okay. This makes sense then, actually. You can actually use my rest rules. Yay! You can rest between legs next time.
Yeah.
All right. So you're cutting a path, and it's just, gosh, there's just leaves and fucking zip lines. You get smacked in the face with a vine. It's just, God, this planet sucks. You don't know why, but you just feel like this place sucks so much.
All I want to do was have a nice relaxing climb, maybe figure out some beastie problems. Now I'm in a race with Trandoshans. There's a fucking village of dead people. There's a mysterious fucking Tomb Raider here. Oh my god, nothing's
you're
ever
making
simple.
me do a gosh damned balance minigame. Why?
Exactly.
As you
It's like,
walk
I
across
cannot
a
hold
log.
this controller level enough. What the fuck?
Like, even if I put it on a table, it still teeters.
All right, but you just managed to succeed in your own way.
Yeah.
All right. So who's going second?
So this is a hard check?
Yeah.
That would be
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right,
I
Boots
guess
goes.
none of our equipment makes it easier.
Not unless you got something you think
Rolling.
makes sense.
I was
Damn it!
still typing mine, but okay.
Well, he jumped in and said he was going second.
Alright.
All right, 2 failures. Okay, I'll give you the classic DM's bargain. You can either completely kick your own ass on this, and take 2 wounds, ignoring soak, or you can take no wounds, but you can delay this whole shenanigans by 2 hours because you basically don't complete the leg, and everybody has to start over. Well, at least you have to start
Well,
over. You'll get left behind.
Considering it's me, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll kick my own ass and take 2
Okay.
wounds.
All right, so you're trying to keep up with Aramaa, who is just angry power walking through everything, and you get hit in the face with branches. You slip and slam your chest on a jump bar or something. You know, your foot goes through the floorboard of the rope bridge. All the classics, and you take 2 wounds as just this sucks. I miss climbing. This sucks. All right,
here I go.
I'm glad I decided to switch up the skills.
Okay. None of us are rolling this well. So.
Well, you guys did. You know, it's got to have a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus, you got a lot of...
I have 4 agility.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, that's a lot of agility, dude.
He's good.
Yeah,
at
I need
this.
to start putting 2s and everything, because I think I need to roll more
That's
yellows.
probably a good one. 2 is a real as GM. 2 is a real sweet spot. 2 yellow dice is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I should probably start.
Um,
I need to do a bunch of my skills.
Yeah, let's just go with this trip is particularly arduous or stressful. Suffer 1 strain.
Yeah. Okay.
You just
Okay.
it's a little bit stressful with the balancing, and you guys are pretty loaded to bear with gear. And but
Yeah.
because you're not doing straight up climbings anymore, your repulsor assist, doesn't necessarily help you directly.
Now time
so.
for Marth to blow us all away and save our asses.
Probably.
No, I'm far from fail. Now it's for...
Yeah,
now
you've
the
only
dice
got the
rolls
basic
are-
power of enhance, don't you?
Yeah.
So you don't get to add force
I
dice. Is that right?
have yeah.
All right, well, roll them. You got at least a yidge. Nope.
Okay.
Well, you have all sucked this up real big.
Am I the only one who succeeded? Oh my god.
Oops, careful. Stop doing that.
Oh, that's
Marth,
Marth.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I know, it's him.
Yeah.
Be careful for whatever that is.
Was you're pulling your output or something?
What?
You make a horrible sound every once in a while.
Oh, sorry.
Were you
Yeah.
messing with your input cable?
I don't know what
Was that supposed to be a GIF law?
It was.
It
Still
did not
loading
work.
for some reason.
Okay, I got a good one for this. Okay. So I'll offer you the same devil's bargain as Loth. You rolled 2 failures. Do you want to take 2 wounds, or do you want to fuck up the whole trek?
I'll take 2 wounds.
Okay, and also, hey, guess what? You rolled 2 threats.
Yes.
So I got a special one for this. You look down and have a brief attack of vertigo. Please make me an average fear check.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Good thing I succeeded.
Average?
Yes. Just 2. Just a 2.
That is some intense power walking.
Well, also remember that's Dio walking up a wall, so yes.
He
Yeah.
didn't have strength to literally put his feet in the wall.
So you fail.
I'm on board with this. Just boom, boom, boom.
I mean, you do have the enhance for both athletics and coordination. If anybody could do it, it would be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I should watch.
It wasn't a major failure, it was a minute failure. So,
Yeah, I gotta just remember what the gotta find the guidelines. Here we go. Okay.
God, Dio's so fabulous.
Yeah.
That he is.
If you fail, yeah. Let's skip the usual and the default and go with 2 conflicts just because you're a force boy.
And clearly, that's how Loth is getting
Okay.
through this challenge.
Yeah, basically. Fear grips your heart as you look down and you just see you're in the middle of the 3rd leg of 6, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep
Oh,
going.
So,
Jesus.
you look down and you're maybe I don't know, 100, 150 feet up in the air. There's just jungle deep below you, and you're just
Yeah, we need to make some pace. We need to keep going.
what's the
so
line?
far
It's,
away.
I think it's a line from the original Shrek, where just Donkey's just like, Shrek, I'm looking down. Kavis is just like, Aramaa, I'm looking down. Don't do it. No, stop.
Down.
Okay.
We have a condition to never look down, unless told to.
So, actually, despite this all, you do, you come to a new level, so, that takes you the 2 hours. Nobody rolled anything to do anything faster.
Okay.
So, you're still, because of time, you're still only half an hour ahead.
Okay.
But you come
Automation
to
is
the
huge.
halfway point, the tiered pools. Forming a tiered slope to the central plateau, this region is a lovely sight. It's mostly devoid of foliage, but it forms natural tiers or levels, almost kind of like a staircase formation, which includes basins and pools of fresh water which flow down from springs higher up in the structure, forming kind of like a kind of like I said, tiered garden look.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like tide pools, kind of like just in rows.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty shallow, but they contain what seems remarkably fresh and clear water. It doesn't look like there's a lot of silt buildup or anything in here. Got kind of a fresh minerally strain. So this is a good spot to rest and refresh supplies and take a gentle climb to the next section. So you got a little bit of climbing to do,
Okay.
but so everybody can roll to recover strain normally
Okay.
if you like.
Urge to take a bath rises.
No. Please not, Commander.
All right, wow.
Of course.
It's back up to 5
Even though
strain.
I only have one strain.
You get 5.
You good?
Yeah,
You too. That's fine. This is fine.
Hey!
He gets nothing.
I get nothing. So I only have 2.
And next time I have a bunch of strain, I'll recover no strain because that's how it works.
But anyhow, because I
Yep.
might just eventually start just
All
getting
right. Well, we're at almost 3 hours. You are at the halfway point. Do you want to take a 5 for this session here?
I'm
I'm
fine.
okay keep going
Another
a little
two-parter?
Well,
Yeah, it's
I guess I'm fine either way. But what do other people?
I'm
I
fine
mean, it's a
either
little
way.
late for me. It's almost 10.
Yeah,
more.
it's
Can we just like do another
10
later,
gram.
and then we'll probably end because we'll probably have like the big confrontation at the end or something. Probably take
Maybe,
more
but I
time.
mean, that was leg 3, so there's leg 4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, we're halfway. I'm fine with taking.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Yeah.
stopping now.
I will tell you, the next leg is
Yeah.
another split. So, like, you get to make a pick.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I say if we just like do one more leg and then end it, or no?
Like we're at the
Okay.
halfway point. It's fine.
Yeah, let's
Alright.
just cut.
Well, actually, I'm curious,
cut
Ax. Why do you want
there.
to keep going?
I just think that we got a pace for it, and might as well. Also, that like I'm thinking that probably it's probably something at the end of this. So, like I assume that's probably going to take more time than we think it will.
Well, remember, Ax, like most of the session was us doing our shopping trip, so
Yeah. That hour and a half.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Literally
equipment
50% of the session was shopping.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
So, honestly, I actually hope that the climax or whatever takes longer, because otherwise next section will be shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think anybody really did much duty-mish. Maybe Aramaa could make a case for political whatever, because you literally did
like-
that.
Well, as I said, when Aramaa actually has to go do handshake and stuff, I'll say it's there.
Okay.
Honestly, but it's like all. I would say Aramaa was merely reacting to what happened and wasn't making actual active.
All right, that's fair.
Thing. Yeah. So
We're not a super duty-heavy moment, even though this is kind of like scouting to see if there's the enemy, but also you don't know if there's an enemy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. You did complete 3 legs, so I'll call that 15 XPs.
Yay!
And as we don't always have time for that, but we do have a little time. If you guys have any thoughts or anything, how are you liking the way this adventure's set up?
Like honestly, I like how you switched it up on us. It's like, no, it's not a claim. Not fuck.
Yeah, I put a couple of those in there where they use different skill based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
I was like, man, I'm so looking forward to this. And then you said the words coordination. I went, oh fuck.
Yeah.
me,
So that
like,
made me laugh. That
Yeah,
made
I
me
can
laugh.
say
laugh.
this is the only one that uses coordination, but I wanted to throw one in there because I was like, but this was before you guys were discussing climbing gear because I think this was like Monday night. But it was like,
Yeah.
I was thinking, no, I don't want them to just keep rolling the same pool over and over again. I'll make sure that they either have options to do different stuff, or there's ones where I switch it where it makes sense. So that was
Yeah,
one of them.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. As I said,
Yeah.
the Outcast Villas, I'm all like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Copernicus now,
enjoying
and we have NPC groups. I'm all like, I don't know what these people are about.
I'm
And-
enjoying
Okay.
the bet because it's like it's actually
Yeah.
it's motivating us too. So. Me at least.
Also, I actually wanted that guy to be a plot hook for this section before, but you never went to the place where he was, so I get to finally use him. I've had the Dapper
Ah.
Trandoshan in my notes for a while.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
been waiting to spring them upon us.
Man, I'm kind of actually working on one thing, so
Okay.
I don't think I don't trigger duty.
Okay, well,
like,
I'll ask Conflict Boys. Do you want to roll now, or do you want to do the usual hold it until the adventure is done?
I'll do the
Yeah, let's wait until it's done, because then we might get more conflict.
Though you're already rocking, what, 3 and 2?
Oh.
Yeah, because it would
Yeah, I'm
be...
3.
What?
It should, because you failed the... If that wasn't clear, you failed the fear check, so that should be 2 conflict, yeah.
2.
So it's 3 and 2.
2. Yeah, 2. Okay,
I could probably pull out a goblin
right.
voice, but I don't feel like it.
15 is motivation.
Though, in Star Wars, my goblin voice is just my Jawa voice.
fair.
Okay.
Depends on let's see how quickly we want to shoot you for it.
Just friends of family. I don't think I tried that.
Did anybody?
I
don't
mean,
know if
we
anybody
were in
really
the-
went.
We ballet.
I tried to keep the
all-
Camo's nature of trying to focus on the mission of trying to go forward more, but
think-
it wasn't hard to really do it.
I think in this part, at least, we didn't necessarily sacrifice because you were like, "Oh, the general told me to do something. I'll go do it."
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah, I think it was all
Actually, I don't
just Billy Landon helping out, finding ways to help the group. That's all I did.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't-
fuck all.
Recover that time where that was going to be lost from the other 50%.
yeah, I don't think I
But
got
it wasn't
mine
really-
either.
But I wasn't really trusting in anyone or having anyone trust me. It was just
yeah. I think it's fine. You don't have to get your thing every time.
Yeah, no, I didn't get mine either.
Yeah.
Oh, and I suppose I should before we go off. Did you guys like because I want to know if it's rewarding to do this more. Did you like the little tables?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
did.
no, I liked having I like having more tables.
It was fun getting the despair and wondering what were you gonna do with it.
A lot of fun stuff in there.
All
I
right,
can
so
honestly-
I got 40, and I know what I'm gonna buy. That's
I have 20 right now, so I'm 5 from getting the last of
you're buying
the
others.
Get the drop isn't worth it. Let's see.
Anyway,
Pretty
yeah, okay.
I
I'll
can
just
write
go ahead and wrap.
reaction
Don't forget
honestly.
to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Okay, bye, audience at home. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Bye.